All right. Fire them up. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Genre of Your Life podcast, your go-to podcast for all things movies, TV, entertainment. I am one of your hosts, Doug Jones. With me, as always, are my amazing co-hosts, the super fantastic co-host that is, and two of my favorite people in the world. First off, we have the incredible, wonderful, super Nick Johnson. What's going on, Nick?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Happy Superman week. I know you haven't seen it yet. We're going to keep this non-spoiler for you and our lovely audience because you are the Superman expert that we all know, that we all love and know. So we will keep this on the spoiler for you, my friend. Spoiler free, that is, for you, my friend.
Just the overgrown fanboy. That's what it is, man.
Of course, man. And last but not least, he's back, everybody. It's the amazing, incredible, super Moses Lawley. What's going on, Moses?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm glad to be here. Happy to be here. And as always, it's good to see you guys. And, happy Superman week,
Happy Superman week. It's crazy. You know what's funny? We've been doing this show now since it got announced that James Gunn was going to be taking over the DC. That's how long we've been doing the show, which is like kind of crazy to think. It's like
full circle, huh?
Yeah. Because I remember I pitched you guys the show the week before. Nick and I did our first reaction seeing Black Adam, and the very next day, our group chat we had at the time, I think even with Joel's at the time, it was like Nick put in the group chat, it was like James Gunn and take over DC, and this is like right when we began the show. So we had like our first topic too. Like our first topic was that, and that was just, it's crazy how like that's almost going on 3 years ago come October, and how we have been like full circle moment with this movie coming out now.
Damn. You want to talk about full circle? When we did that Black Adam review, spoilers for those of you who haven't seen Black Adam yet, the end credit scene was the last appearance on film of the Henry Cavill Superman.
Yep.
And I guess y'all two about to talk about the new David Corn Sweat Superman. So it's like out with the old, in with the new. That's incredible.
It's Circle of Life. It's odd, man. It's because today I was kind of like, I was doing some kind of research for the show, and I said, oh yeah, we started the show right when this got announced, and so it's kind of like we've been kind of like really just the show's been kind of growing as this movie's been kind of just like in as a thought, and then development, and then pre-production and casting. So like we've been covering this movie really since like the beginning of this show, so it's kind of very how close to the vest it's been for us. So I know today I was kind of like, oh no shit.
No, that honestly is kind of mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling. What's not mind-boggling is you guys listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, or your favorite podcast platform of choice. You can find us on also on YouTube, youtube.com/Midway Avenue Productions for our full video show. We're on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, you name it. Subscribe, rate, please. We want to hear from you guys. Follow the show. Leave us a review, comment, please. We want to hear from you guys. Negative, positive, neutral. We want to hear from you guys. Seriously, your feedback means the world to us. Now, the reason I have a story after I do my housekeeping, because you'll laugh at this. Both of you guys will laugh at this. But again, please, our ongoing goal still is to get to 200 ratings on Apple Podcasts. Of course, we are at now, I think, 771 subs on YouTube, which is really cool. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
Our other goal, as you know, is 1,000 subs on YouTube. Again, why you asked is that because that'll help us get more coverage for events, for screenings, and coverage for interviews and festivals, stuff like that. So your feedback really does help us out a lot. So again, don't be shy. Subscribe, rate, follow the show. Share with your friends, family, movie friends, you name it, coworkers. Again, we want to hear from you guys, and we really do appreciate you being along on this journey so far, as we've been going on 3 years come November. Actually, October, November, which is really cool. So thank you all, guys. Thank you all for supporting the show and just been rocking with us ever since. We really do appreciate it. And the reason why I had positive, neutral, and negative is because I put out my reaction. And shout out to our friend Nino, who is the best. He invited me to be his +1 to the press screening of Superman on Monday. Because as we all know, we're working our way up to get on the Warner Brothers list, and Paramount, Sony, and Disney, whatever, A24. And we put out a reaction, and it's funny. I told you this last week, Nick, is that it's funny that I feel like when we put out reactions to movies, whatever, it seems like we get more of like more growth like down the road. It's like people come back to the video like after they see it. Whether it's Expendables, which is now at 138,000, by the way. So kudos to us.
Oh man,
it's still growing.
The goal is 1 million views for our Expendables 4 review.
But you know what's so funny? It capped at 132,000. I said, okay, cool, 132,000. That's great. That's awesome. Well, we'll be at that, whatever. But then this past month, it's been growing again. It stopped. It stopped, and then all of a sudden, I got 6,000 more views. I said, "Wait, how did this go from being stagnant in views to 6,000 more views out of nowhere?"
Hey, some people like go back to like movies and they watch it and they decide to see if there's a reaction video to it. I don't know.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And it seems like a lot of our things were like that because of all that. And the reason why I'm laughing is because I put out my reaction with Nino. Nino was part of my reaction on Monday for Superman, and the first comment was, "Oh, something about like you guys are corporate shills, like you must have been paid." And I said, I don't know, bro. First off, I responded and said, "Hey, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate the viewership. Go see this movie in IMAX." And that was my response to it. But guess what? YouTube took my comment down. I said, I was being nice. I was being friendly. Yeah. I had him keep the negative one on our. If you see the first comment on our reaction on YouTube, but I responded to it very nice. Wasn't mean, whatever. And then YouTube removed my comment. I said, my reply that is, and I said, well, I was kind of encouraging the guys. I don't know. I don't know. My favorite too, though, recently was the Jurassic World one. We did our Jurassic World for me and Nick. We put out our Jurassic World Rebirth reaction, and the guy told to me, "Oh man, you said 0 for 7. You don't even like this fucking franchise. Why the fuck listen to you, man? Go fuck yourself." And I said, "Thanks for watching."
You're like, appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, man. So
appreciate viewership, you know.
Yeah, man. I've been making a game out of it now, where I just enjoy kind of just like responding in a very kind of like polite manner. I'm like, "Hey, yeah, you watched the show? You watched the video? We appreciate you, man. Thank you so. Or him, man or woman, whatever. Like, we appreciate the viewership." But no, it's funny. But the reason I say this before we do our review of Superman is that if you're a fan of this movie or not, be kind to one another. I've been seeing so much discourse since Monday about people's reviews of this movie and the reactions to the movie. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, that's totally fine. No one's going to fault you for that. All film is subjective. But I want to shut this out before we did our review and reaction to a review, because I know it's like, I've just been seeing this a lot, and a lot of YouTubers too are getting a lot of flack for either not liking it or liking it. And end of the day is that you're going to have your own opinion on a movie. That's totally fine. You might disagree on it. That's totally fine. No one's going to fault you. You won't be in trouble. It is totally fine. Most of the time, us three agree on movies together for the most part. But there's time to time where we might be opposite. Guess what? That's totally fine. But I just want to make sure everyone knows, like, hey, man, this is a safe space to let us know how you feel about Superman, and, neutral, negative, or positive, whatever. But also, too, is that my big thing I have, as we all know, even from college, too, is that see the movie first and then give your opinion. Don't judge a movie before you see it. Or listen, we're all Zack Snyder fans here. We're all Man of Steel fans. Don't go in this like, oh, it won't be Man of Steel. Man of Steel's a great movie, but as Moses said a few weeks ago, it's like you can't compare two different movies. You can compare maybe acting in certain elements for sure, but at the same time is that you got to go in with I think this is a clean slate for the clean slate for the DC universe going forward. This is a new iteration of Superman and Lois Lane and Lex Luthor. Everyone has entitled to their opinion, of course. But really, see the movie for yourself, and then judge it on that. But really, if someone likes this movie that you don't like it, hey, have a discussion about it. Have a civil discussion about it. Be kind, because again, at the end of the day, too, it's all about kindness, and also too, it is just a movie. It's just a movie, guys. It's just a movie, everybody.
No, that's real though. That's real.
I had to say that, guys. I'm sorry, because I felt like I was seeing so much this past few days, and I'm just like, oh, come on, like people, YouTubers that we like and other people that I follow were very honest and stuff. And again, and I think people are getting flack because it's like, and I was hoping it wasn't the case. I feel like Star Wars fandom is very like this, unfortunately, and I was hoping that with Superman and a new era wouldn't be the same, but unfortunately, that's wishful thinking on my end. But I just want to put that out there. It's safe space. It's all film is subjective, but just be kind when you're hearing other people's reviews and thoughts on it, because again, it's a movie, and this is a new step for a direction for the DC comics and universe going forward.
Well
Well
said.
said.
Well said, man. Well said.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, Nick. We'll have you mute after this time right now before we bring you back in. We don't. Yeah, no. Nick is the Superman guy. He has the S on chest for a
Nick
reason.
is Superman.
Nick is Superman. Nick is.
Nothing.
This is his this is his Messiah right here. This is like
Superman is one of the greatest fictional characters of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah. So no, but Nick, we have to understand. So we'll hit you back up. Yeah, you can feel free to stay on, and we'll ping you when you're ready to come back in. Right.
Appreciate you. I'm gonna just be right here, you guys.
You got it
right here.
Okay, here we go.
Everybody, peace and love.
I'm gonna mute you just in case. All right, here we go. All right, Moses. So you and I now have seen one of the most anticipated movies probably of 2025, which is Superman. And
yes,
again,
sir.
As I said, this is the new beginning of the DC universe, DCU going forward with Warner Brothers. You know, James Gunn, Peter Safran are now the two kind of like the Kevin Feige's, we would say, of DCU going forward. And again, this is a complete new direction for Superman and the DCU going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Let me pull up this. Here we go, Superman. So we have a visual as well. Here we go. Alrighty, let's pull this up full screen. I'm getting better on this. Here we go. Okay, if you don't know who Superman is, wow. I mean, welcome to Earth. To quote Will Smith, welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth. Yeah.
Superman, the 2025 version, that is. When Superman gets drawn into conflicts at home and abroad, his actions are questioned, giving tech billionaire Lex Luthor the opportunity to get the Man of Steel out of the way for good. Will interpretive reporter Lois Lane and Superman's four-legged companion Krypto be able to help him before it's too late? Dun, dun, dun. All right, Moses. You are fresh off of seeing this movie, my friend. The floor is yours. What are your thoughts on Superman?
For some reason, I feel like if I say something, wrong, someone's gonna come for me. I don't know why. Someone's gonna
save space, man. Like I said, man, this is your show.
Nah, I'm kidding. Yeah. I'm only kidding. But I thought, I thought it was, man. Number one, I had a good time. And that's probably one of the most important things that I like to get into and watch the movie is me knowing. I guess like my important rule for seeing a movie is if I had a good time overall, and I did have a really good damn time watching this movie. It was fun. It was unique in its own way. The whole film in general had a character, and separate from the universe before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can already going in literally the very first opening sort of like 10 minutes of the film. You can already tell like this film is they're definitely stepping into a different direction. And man, I had a good time. And there were so many elements that I enjoyed overall, but I would say that like David Cornsweet's character, I mean the way he portrays Superman is probably I would say damn. Because it's like how much I love Man of Steel.
I know, man. We all do. We all do so much.
How much I love Man of Steel and everything like that. But I'm glad that they went one thing I gotta say is that I'm glad that David Cornsweet and James Gunn took this character into a whole different direction. I'm glad that he said the things he wanted to say out from his chest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Instead of holding it in.
Yep.
Like the character, that was played by, Henry Cavill and everything like that. He said what he needed to say from his chest. He said it out loud. He was very clear about that, and I loved about that. And this movie had a lot of heart. There were so many characters. There was a lot of that too as well. But overall, this movie had a lot of heart. The music was great. Music was amazing. I thought the score was really, really beautiful. And their chemistry. David and Rachel's chemistry. I'm like, what the hell, man? I've seen some of the interviews that they did together a few times here and there, and man, I'm glad that I'm glad that James Gunn took these two people and decided that this is their direction that he wanted to go, because man, when they were both on screen together, sparks were flying everywhere. It was amazing. It was great. And I'm I'm trying to be spoiled less here.
I know it's tough. It's tough.
But overall, just know that if you haven't seen it yet, and you're gonna go in blind, just know that their character, David Corn Sweat and Rachel, their chemistry is amazing. And I would say the action scenes were also very, very, were great. I mean, if you compare it to the Flash, it's like, out of this world. And Mr. Terrific, I would say that's probably, like the standout character of this movie. I would say this. I thought he was going to be more. I thought his character was going to be very, very. I don't know the word, but I thought his character was going to be very, very small. But man, like this guy was like ore farming the whole entire movie. I was like, who is this guy? And why is why is he so cool? I mean, I knew Mr. Terrific before, but damn, this guy. I'm kidding. Is it Eddie, right?
Yeah, Eddie. His last name is hard to pronounce, but yeah, Eddie. He was also in
Eddie,
First Class. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie, man, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this guy literally, like, whenever he was on screen, man, for me, like, he definitely stole the show because he was funny. Number one, he was very engaging when it came down to. When it came down to him being on screen and everything like that, I thought it was great. His action sequences were great.
Yeah.
As well. He was terrific. No.
Got him.
Got him. No.
Do you think his one scene was very, very Yondu like? That again, I won't say what scene it is, but there's a scene that reminded me kind of Yondu from Guardians 2.
I'm trying to. I know we can't exactly say what scene that is, but
on the beach.
Oh, yes,
on the beach.
Yes,
on the beach.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that. That's probably one of my favorite scenes. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I would say that's like top 2 my favorite scene in the movie. It was great. He literally like steals a show in that moment, man. I'm like, damn, this guy is so cool. And I'm like, man, I would literally watch a whole show about this guy if it was on HBO Max right now. Going back to everybody else in general, I thought Lex Luthor's character, played by who am I forgetting his name right now?
Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult. This guy was a hater, the biggest hater in the universe. in the best way possible. This guy is the biggest op of our entire generation. Yeah. But he was fantastic, man. He was fantastic, and I'm glad that he was very much a character that was like, you know what, I'm taking no L's. I don't want to take no L's.
He was ruthless.
He was ruthless. My beef with you, Superman, it goes deeper than a wound or whatever it is. And he was ruthless. He was very much, he didn't give a damn. He didn't give a damn about anybody. All he cared about was power. All he cared about was power.
Yep. And
that's the one thing that they did a great job. Taking from the comics and taking from anything from the animation and everything like that from Lex Luthor's personality is that this guy just wanted power. I hope that's not a spoil or anything like that, but his whole entire arc of this film is knowing that, what can I do to get more powerful here? And how can I go and get it? And I think, Nicholas did a great job of portraying him. And I would say he is probably the best, Lex Luthor.
I agree.
I'm going to say here.
I agree.
He's definitely the best Lex Luthor. portrayed on screen and everything. He did a great job. He did a fantastic job. From from what I'm trying to I think about the name the super villain. I'm gonna forget his name already. The other guy that was the
Oh, was it?
that was also in the
Was it
Ultraman.
Ultraman? Yeah, Ultraman. Yeah.
Yeah, Ultraman.
Yeah.
Ultraman was also great too as well. I wish I could have gotten more from him and everything. I know time is crunchy and there's like so many other things that you want to layer into the story too as well. But I wish I would have gotten more and understood more of him just a little bit, you know. And yeah, I really enjoyed, you know. Yeah, there's so many things that we can talk about that I enjoyed, but Gardner's character, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed. I thought he was funny. He was great.
I thought
He was
of you.
great.
I thought of you when I saw that. I thought of you like, oh, he's gonna love this. I thought of you when I saw that.
I personally was like, man, I do not like this. When we first got when we saw like like very first like behind the scenes photos and everything like that, I was like, man, this is not gonna be good. This is gonna be so bad. And then when you actually see him on screen, you're like, you know what? This guy actually kick ass. He's really good. You know what I mean? And he was great, man. He was great. He had a whole character arc in this movie.
Yeah.
With the small amount of time he was given, he had a great character arc. You know what I mean? And I thought, Hawkgirl was also great too as well. We didn't get enough of her, which I wish we would have gotten a little bit more. But I know who she is just from that one scene at the end that she does. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Too as well is that she's very much like, it's just like, hey, I know what's good and what's bad. And what I see right now, is bad or whatever it is, and she takes initiative in doing what she has to do, and I'm able to at least know what kind of person that she is overall as a superhero, and yeah, man, yeah. I mean, there's so many more to talk about, but I would say. I would say Rachel, Brosnahan is probably my favorite, Lois Lane too.
Me too.
Well. Yeah, she's probably my favorite. And I mean, I first got introduced to, Rachel Brosnahan from this one little movie. I never saw her show. I forget what it's called.
Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yeah, Marvelous Miss Maisel. I didn't get introduced to her from there. I got introduced to her from this one little movie on Amazon. It's called I'm Your Woman. She had blonde hair in that film too as well, and she kicked ass, and I was like, man, this girl's gonna I don't know, she's gonna take it whenever she gets a chance of doing bigger roles and everything like that. She's gonna do a great job, and I'm glad that seeing her here, her literally she's very much man, she takes control, she takes control of the scene, she takes control of it.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter if Superman is there or whatever it is. If Guy Gardner's character or Hawker or Mr. Terrific is there, she is in control. Which I thought they did a really, really good job. And I'm glad that they didn't soften her up at all. And I think that's probably a little bit of a difference from Man of Steel. If there's a comparison there, is that I would say Man of Steel, Lois Lane is a little bit softer, but her. She's a little bit more ruthless, and understanding what needs to be done, and taking control of every single situation that she's in. But overall, man, I feel like I'm talking forever.
As you should, man.
I just gotta say, this was a great movie. I'm gonna go see it again, most likely on Sunday. I wish I could go see it tomorrow, but I'll be working, unfortunately. But I'm gonna go see it again, and then I hope everybody else can go, check it out too as well, because it's a it's a super terrific movie.
All right, Out of 10, what would you rate it? What would you rate it?
Man, I'll give this a D. No. No.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine we trick Nick? Like, hey, Nick, hop in, bro. Oh, you know, it's an F. That would break his heart. That would break his heart.
That would break his heart. I would say I would definitely give this movie I'll give it it's very close to like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. That's where I'm at. And I would say Man of Steel is probably my favorite my favorite DC film because what reason why now at the end of the day I think it's probably nostalgia. I think nostalgia just adds a little bit to it, and I think that's probably why. Maybe in a couple years from now, I'm going to go back and watch this Superman and realize, this is actually my favorite. But right now, me knowing that the nostalgia factor plays into me love Man of Steel so much, I think that's probably why it's still on top. But overall, it doesn't matter at the end of the day because I had a good time, and I hope everybody else has a good time too as well. I'll leave it up to you, Doug.
Oh, man. That was a great review, my friend. I tell you that. Excellent, bro. Excellent, man.
Hey, the best, man. The best.
Man, you covered a lot, man. I had a really good time with this movie too. I really had, like I said, we've been covering this movie and this production for a couple of years now, which is hard to believe. I've had my doubts a little bit because I feel like, I'll be honest, I didn't really care for his James Gunn's Suicide Squad. Honestly, I thought it was kind of just fine. I like Peacemaker. Yeah. Peacemaker was kind of fine. But no, I am a big fan of his Guardians movies. I'm a big fan of his writing, whether it was in Scooby-Doo, from Dawn of the Dead. And he definitely has an eye for spectacle. He's an eye for good talent. He's an eye for, really this kind of like these larger than life stories. But at the core of it, they're human stories too. Whether it's Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket, Groot, Nebula, and Mantis in Guardians. Whether it is Harley Quinn and Bloodsport and Suicide Squad, even movie called Super that was really weird. It's a black comedy. It's very dark, and again, he has some really human elements to it. And I think in this movie too, it's Superman, but he emphasized that he is a human too. I mean, yes, he's an alien, but there's so much humanity in Superman and what he brings to humanity.
No, 100%.
And I think it's really one of his themes that he brings humanity to all his characters. And so again, going forward to this, I had little doubts about it, but I had a great time with this movie. Again, I had somewhat expectations. Me loving Man of Steel. Again, not comparing it, of course. One end kind of going in, open mind, very kind of see where this goes. And it didn't disappoint. I actually kind of exceeded my own expectations. Actually, I said in my tweet, I said, "Wow, I was really impressed with this movie," and I had little to no expectations. I think David Cornsweet is a phenomenal Superman. I think he is a phenomenal Superman. He embodies Superman. He has this really boyish charm to him that is very very charming, very captivating. And again, I think to his credit too, for James Gunn, he has an eye for good talent too. Who would have thought 13 years ago Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec to be Star-Lord? The hell? Like what? Like no way. And him, and then David Cornsweet. I think I only saw him in Twisters before this, so I only know who he was. So I was kind of like, okay, cool. They didn't cast Timothée Chalamet or Austin Butler or Michael B. Jordan. Like it wasn't unknown. I really think that when you cast an unknown for a big character like this, you believe it more too. You don't see the actor, you see the character. And I would have been distracted if I saw a big name in this. I've been like, I see this person. That's why I have a problem with Pedro. Again, I'm a big fan of Pedro Pascal, but when I see him as Reed Richards, I see him as Pedro Pascal. I don't see him as Reed Richards. I see him as the actors. But with this, I just believe I'm seeing a Clark Kent and Superman. I believe it the whole time, and I was really happy that he casted him. I think his acting is great. I think he's going to be a star. I hope this movie kind of like gets him to the next level as an actor as well, because I've been watching a lot of interviews with him and podcasts. He's a very humble guy, very down to earth, Philadelphia boy, born and raised. He's a very humble dude, and I'm rooting for the guy. I'm rooting for him as an actor too, as a person. That he's not like, look at me, I'm a huge ego. He's very like, hey, like I can't believe this is real. He's very humble. He's very vocal about how much this means to him. I'd recommend anyone watching this, listening to this, watch the Sunday morning CBS interview with him. It's an hour on YouTube, but he breaks down his career, that his dad passed away before this movie even was even announced. So it's a very sweet interview with him, but he's a very, very down to earth guy, and I like that about it. Now I'm rooting for him both as Superman, but also now as an actor.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. Rachel Brosnahan is my favorite Lois Lane. She's so good in this. She's so good in this. And again, it's you have to cast the right counterparts for your Superman. Again, we all love Man of Steel. The more I thought about it too, I'm a big Amy Adams fan. I just never believed them as Lois Lane and Superman together. It always kind of felt a little off at times. There were some good scenes, and there was some kind of I don't see it really. But I also think it's the writing as well. I don't think the writing was that good for her either. And Man of Steel and BVS and even Justice League. I feel like James Gunn gave Rachel Brosnahan a lot more to do, and the character a lot more to do as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think there is reason because I feel like in Man of Steel it was very much if I don't know, it's like I think with Man of Steel is that with that Lois Lane is that her scenes were actually better when Superman wasn't there, if that makes any sense.
I completely agree. I completely agree with you. 100%.
But with this is that her scenes are both better when Superman is there or Clark Kent is there, or when she's even not with Superman at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I agree. And to your point, she commands the screen. She's really good in this. I think she's definitely a future Oscar winner for sure. And I really hope that going forward in the DCU, and forward in the DCU, that I hope that they utilize her a lot more, and maybe more efficiently in this universe compared to the DCEU. But I was whenever they were on screen together, I was so captivated by their chemistry, and and also too is that he didn't shy away from them being intimate. It wasn't like a little smooch here and there. Like they were making out. They were going at it.
No, seriously. I think I agree with you on that. I think this is probably one of the recent superhero movies that we'll see what happens in Fantastic Four. But this is probably the recent movie that we saw two people being very intimate together.
Yes.
On a big screen. You know, maybe I'm missing something, but
that's true.
Yeah, because they were very intimate together, and I was like, wow. I'm like, hey, shit. You know what I mean? I'm glad that they are, they're not shying away from that. Too as well. So yeah.
I'm with you. And also, no context if you're listening to us on the audio. There's that first set photo of kind of that weird purple alien thing in the background. This scene is fantastic. This scene is great. This scene is so good. It's funny, but it's emotional. And I was like, all right, props to James Gunn, because I feel like, is the humor taking me out of this? But the humor works with the emotion in this very well. The scene worked very well. No spoilers. The scene worked very well. When you see it, But this scene was really funny. Also, there's a bit of a surprise before the scene begins, which is kind of funny. I don't know if your crowd went crazy when that TV cameo popped up. And everyone went crazy.
My crowd went crazy.
Yeah.
My whole theater, they started cracking up.
And that worked. Yeah. And that was a well-placed cameo. It wasn't it was well-placed. It fit the scene. It fit the mood. But this scene was very good because it was humorous, but had a lot of heart. And that's the James Gunn's credit as a filmmaker and a writer, is that he has humor, but also, again, he has that emotion, he has that vulnerability he can put in his characters in these scenes.
I would say we're talking about this right now. Going back to that photo right there, is that I remember when we first got our very first look of Superman, when he was putting on his shoes, right?
Yep.
And everything. I was very so much upset. I don't know why, but I was very much like, what is up with this photo? Why is there a beam going on in the background, and why is he putting on his shoes? Yep. For some reason, this was the photo that made me kind of feel like I wouldn't like this movie at all.
Skeptical. Yep.
and then like what you're just talking about, what you just said about, once we actually saw the scene play out, made me like love it. It made me really, really appreciate it, But yeah, just a little note out there.
I'm with you. I remember we covering this on the pod. All of us were kind of like, we were like,
yeah,
all right, I guess. I think we use it as a thumbnail actually for one of our episodes. Funny enough, too. So full circle. It's like, okay, this works now. To me, before we get into Lex Luthor again, Crypto to me stole the show, man. As as a dog owner, as a dog person, that I guess he's a little annoying at times, but he made Crypto a real dog. Like, he felt like a real dog. The way he acted was a real dog. He's a pain in the ass at times, but also that dog was ruthless. It was kicking ass.
The dog was ruthless. The dog was ruthless. I was like, wow. And then when we got sort of like that surprise, I want to say what it was. You kind of understand why that dog acts the way it acted.
Yes.
You're like, oh wow, okay. They're very much, okay. But I hope when you guys are listening and everything like that, you probably get the context when you do watch the movie. And yeah. So
he stole the show for me. He was the MVP. I thought him and some of the Justice Gang definitely were like, oh, this worked, because I had doubts. I was like, oh no, like, how's this gonna work? Like, oh no. But I loved being proven wrong, and I was really proven wrong about the Justice Gang and Crypto and Nicholas Hoult, man. Goddamn, he really is my favorite Lex Luthor too. And again, I grew up, we grew up with Kevin Spacey, again, discarded now, but like Kevin Spacey being Lex Luthor in Returns, in 06.
Yeah.
And I always thought like, wow, like Gene Hackman's good too, but I thought this was a good standard. Again, I haven't seen Smallville. I know that's Nick's favorite show, but I'm gonna watch after this now. I promise. I have it booted up on my Hulu, bro. I'm gonna watch it. No. I know, bro. No, I haven't. I had it to my Hulu today. I'm gonna watch it, bro. I promise. I promise you. I'm gonna watch it.
That's crazy. But no, all good. But yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's a good show. It's a good show. I think you'll love it.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to watch it, man. I'm excited. So I thought Nicholas Hoult embodied Lex Luthor. I thought he just did a good job. And I saw this movie a couple of months ago called The Order, about this really fucked up story about these white supremacists who are bank robbers and terrorists. And he played kind of the leader of this like kind of white supremacist cult. And he played this psycho, fucked up, evil shit person so well, where I was like, oh, he's going to be a great Lex. And I saw that in this little indie film called The Order. And in this, I was like, yep, I was proven right. Yep. My fears were, I had no fears about that. And he's the biggest hater, sipping haterade. He's the biggest dickhead. Like, he really is. But man, he got what Lex is. He got it. It just worked. His voice is a little more on the lighter side, maybe more of like not as deep as like Kevin Spacey or.
Yeah, that's Kevin. I mean, it's an A. It's an A. It's at least it's at least better than what we had with Batman Superman. Let's say that with the voice. Come on, like,
bro, light years better.
Bro. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I get you. I understand you, and I understand that too as well. I wish his voice was a little bit, deeper
like
too.
Brooding, more brooding, and deeper. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish it was definitely a little bit deeper, but
it works.
Compared it to what we had before, it's like you're like, you know what? I'm glad what we had. No,
me too. Me too. Because I was saying that from day one. I said, listen, Jesse Eisenberg, great actor. I said, why the fuck is he playing Lex Luthor? That made no damn sense. And when I saw it too, I said, he was doing. I was like, oh no. I said, no.
It's not Lex Luthor.
I said, no, bro. And then his weird cameo in Justice League, I said, absolutely not. I said, no. But you're right. This is how you do Lex Luthor. And Nicholas Hoult did a phenomenal job, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they utilize him. I feel like they haven't really utilized Lex Luthor that well since the original Superman. I mean, yes, Kevin Spacey to agree, but like for a universe now, it's like you can do so much more with him now as a villain. Because again, you have a great actor. He again had a great outing as a villain, And I like that, like, his show, like, he really just hates Superman so much, and he shows, like, why he hates him. And again, he had a motivation. He wasn't like, oh, I hate him because he's Superman. Like, no, he hated him because they explain it's been 3 years of him being Superman. He's been just angry about this.
No, I mean, it's literally because he knows how much power this guy has, how much power Superman has, right? And he's afraid of him. Lex is afraid of him not having that, or not being in charge. You know what I mean? That's why there's so many little things that he does in the film to make sure that he gains that sort of power, right? And he thinks that Superman is in the way. That's why he's the biggest hater. You know what I mean? Because he thinks that somebody's in the way of him getting to that powerful, point in his life or career, whatever it is. You know, and that's pretty much it. Which I thought was like, man, yeah,
you got it. That. He had it down. He had it down. He had it down. He had it down pat, man. And again, it's the right casting. I know he auditioned for Batman and Superman, but he was made to play Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I think he was made. Yeah, he was made. Yeah, he was made to play Lex Luthor.
He made to play Lex Luthor, and I liked how he kind of treated his associates, his employees, his associates, his girlfriend. Like, he showed like he was a dick to everybody. He was the biggest.
No,
dick
he was a dick to everybody.
Everybody.
He was a dick to everybody. You know what I mean? He was a jerk to everybody. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for a line where he would say, Miss Testmaster? Nah.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
Oh man, calling your girlfriend that is crazy.
Speaking of girlfriends, bro, my man Jimmy Olsen, bro, was a pimp in this movie, bro.
Oh my gosh.
This man was a pimp, bro. Like,
bro, this guy Jimmy, man. I saw somebody tweeted saying that Jimmy is now the CEO
of Sex. Because it was Ned. It was Jacob Batalon as Ned from the Tom Holland Spider-Man. You're right.
Yeah.
I saw the same tweet. It was like, congrats to the new CEO of Sex.
I was like, Jimmy, what are you doing?
Bro, it was funny because I feel like what James Gunn did is that he changed a lot of things in this movie from what we know from other characters. Like in the past, he was a kind of a bumbling, kind of a nerdy, kind of like, a shy kind of guy. And this, he's just getting ass left and right. Like he just
no, bro. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's so funny.
He still very much is like a nerd and everything like that. I think he's mainly seen as a nerd based on the people that he is around. You know what I mean? Yeah. People that are very much like older and more mature or whatever than he is.
Yes.
But when he's on his own, and everything like that, having these, little interactions by himself and everything like that, you realize, wow, this guy, there's some charm there that you can see.
Yes. Yeah. And it worked. Yeah. And the guy playing, I forget I think it's like Skylar, his name. He's in a lot of stuff. But man, he had what James Gunn did with his character was bravo. Hats off. It's speaking of side characters too, man. I really, really, really love the scene with him and his dad, Pa Kent.
Oh yeah, bro.
I love that scene, bro. I love that scene, and I've seen it twice now. Funny enough, I saw it twice before it even came out. Which, funny enough, I saw it at a screening on Monday. Saw it again at the Amazon Prime screening on Tuesday, and I took my dad to go see it on Tuesday. And this scene meant a lot watching it with him. Where I was like, oh yeah, because that scene was just very moving, and I like that, like at where it came to, and in the movie where the movie was to, like in the certain part of the movie, I was like, oh, I like this. It wasn't like at the very beginning or like you hear like in like a sound clip of like, oh, yo, you're you, Clark, blah blah blah. Like it came at a right time in the movie where the movie is and what happens in the third act, and I loved it. I loved what they did with Pa Kent. And Ma Kent was funny too because she's kind of like very kind of like older and not so like technologically savvy. Huh, Clark? Like yelling on the phone, whatever. It was funny because it's relatable. It's relatable. But
Yeah.
I this scene with him in his pocket, I loved. I had goosebumps. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, he did a great job. I mean, I remember. I mean, when I was watching, I remember literally almost like like almost having little like a little teary eye a little bit.
A little misty.
Yeah.
A little misty.
I was loose cutting onions, bro.
Yeah, hey man, hey, in my goddamn theater, hey, take it outside, take it outside. I did like that. There are a lot of surprises in this movie that I didn't see coming. Where I was like, oh, whoa. Like, there's a lot of surprises where I was like, whoa. And a lot of reveals where I was like, yo. And I was like, wow. But also, too, James Gunn didn't shy away from showing some brutality, too. Like, this scene with a revolver, I'll say, where I was like, oh, shit.
And I was not expecting some moments, man. I'm not going to lie. I was like, wow, they really did that. They
took it there.
They really took it there. And I'm glad they took it there. I don't want to spoil anything at all, but I'm glad when it came down to taking it there, I'm glad they used Lex Luthor.
Yes. Yes.
I'm glad they used Lex Luthor and everything like that.
He was menacing again. He was menacing.
100%. And yeah. Man, yeah. So sorry. Go ahead.
No. Don't sorry at all, man. No. This is what the podcast is for, man. And I liked. Frank Grillo was great. A lot of the supporting cast is great. The actor who played Perry White is really funny. I know he was also in a lot of stuff. He's a good actor. Even like the Daily Planet like supporting staff was kind of funny. Like the girl with the blonde wig and the guy from SNL. He was Cat. Yeah, everyone had their scene. And I really did like that there were certain things where I was like, oh, wow. And he, again, to keep this on spoiler, he changed things about the lore of Superman where I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, my, like, wow. Because in the past, we're so used to certain characters of his lore being XYZ or being this way or being that way. And James Gunn takes some risks and gambles with some lore of Superman's Kryptonian backstory where I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Not saying what it is, but you know what I'm talking about? Those two things
exactly talking about. Mm-hmm.
Where I was like, oh, whoa. And even I was like, nah, he playing, nah, he's tricking us. And the movie goes on, I said, oh, he wasn't playing. That actually happened. I said, oh, shit. I was like, whoa. And I definitely appreciate it. I think I liked it. I don't fully love the change that he made with those certain characters, but I appreciate him taking the gamble and trying something new. I do.
Yeah.
I gave him props for that because I was like, oh, and also the actor playing that who, I was like, oh, I love that actor too. So I was like, oh, it's cool to see who, whatever. Like, oh, it's cool. But I think if I think more about it, I might like it a bit more. I'm still kind of lukewarm on the decision he made to change a certain, two characters arcs where I was like, okay, but it didn't bother me too much. I guess and to your point too, Justice Gang, it definitely worked. They didn't overshadow the movie. I thought he used them well. I guess a few of my nitpicks and complaints is that sometimes I felt like the humor in like the middle part kind of felt flat at times where I was like, ooh. And the reason I say this because at the press screening on Monday, when the jokes were happening, no one was laughing. I said, uh-oh. And you could tell when jokes don't land, when the IMAX theater was silent, you're like, uh-oh. And on the second viewing I saw it again on the screening on Tuesday, more people laughed, but it wasn't like erupted laughter. But I noticed sometimes the jokes were kind of falling flat. Even for me, too, I was like, I don't know, maybe kind of tighten up the humor a little bit, just a little bit. And I do think that, again, this is also a nitpick for me, too. Because I had the same nitpick with Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad, his Suicide Squad, that is that sometimes it got a little too James Gunny, where I want to say...
No, I feel you. I know exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? There's a character that drives something in this kind of isolated thing, and I was like, oh, this is James Gunn kind of being the weird creature stuff he does, where I was like...
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I was very much, at that point, I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely, I definitely see I definitely saw like the James Gunn flair.
Right.
I mean, I saw it in like other little moments here and there, but I was like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of, a lot of flares that, that a lot of DNA, I would say,
100%.
A lot of DNA from James Gunn that he added, throughout this movie. I mean, he directed and everything like that, but you know solely, what I'm talking about. If you've seen, exactly what, Doug is talking about. If you've seen, like the Guardians of the Galaxy and everything like that, and Suicide Squad, you'll know exactly what we're talking about once you see the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll know. And that whole, I'll say, quote unquote, prison sequence, that felt very James Gunny, where I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely what he's known for. And I was like, okay. And I thought at times it kind of got a little too his DNA, where I was like, I get it. This is your movie. The CEO, DC can do what you want. But I felt he was kind of putting too much of his little flair. It was kind of like style over story, where I was like, oh, maybe pull back a little bit. Maybe pull back a little bit because
that's the one thing. That's the one thing I wish that the only thing out of this movie that I wish was different was the cinematography. That was it. Like, the music was great, the actors were great.
Music was
the only
great.
thing that I wish was different was the cinematography. That was literally it. That was the one thing that I was like, okay, everything else is hitting, but I know the cinematography is definitely not, I know, and James Gunn probably knows, and everybody else in that DC studio knows. Everybody in their mama knows that in the next DC movie that they decided to basically make, or whatever it is, if it's Superman and Supergirl, I know Supergirl's going to look fantastic in terms of cinematography. And I know overall, moving forward, is that they're going to focus, is that they're going to make sure that the cinematography looks really, really, really good.
Who's the DP? Rob Hardy, huh? He did Mission Impossible, Fallout, Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, come on. Okay. You already know if he did Mission Impossible and then Ex Machina, you already know we are already in there. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. Oh shit! He also did the new Blade Runner show for Amazon. Interesting. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm with that. I'm with that. And yeah, I'm with you. It was funny. I was on another podcast too. They said sometimes the colors kind of felt a little diluted. Like, I felt kind of like tame, diluted at times. Like, compared to like Guardians of the Galaxy, the first two, how colorful it was. And I felt like in this movie, Guardians 3, and even the Suicide Squad, he used the same kind of color palette for all three movies.
I was gonna say, I mean, Guardians 3 and Suicide Squad, James Gunn literally look the same.
Thank you. Okay, cool.
And literally, the very first the very first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and also the second one, they look amazing. They popped everywhere. It was very sharp too, as well, in a good way. It had a very nice, look to it. It had a very nice look to it, and it was great. But then I don't know what happened. I don't know who the cinematography is, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm with you on that. I'm glad. Like, I noticed it too, where I was like, oh, he's doing this kind of like camera thing he does in this movie, kind of like the one, and then this kind of like shift thing he does.
I know. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, yeah. I definitely know what he's talking about. That was also, in terms of like camera movement too, as well. That was also very tricky. That not exactly tricky. That was also a thing that I felt was a little bit like off.
Henry Braham, he's a cinematographer on Guardians 3, Superman, The Suicide Squad. It was weird. Okay, look, he did Guardians Volume 2, but his cinematography looks way different in Guardians 2.
That's what I'm saying. It looks way different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks way different. It looks really,
the
really
Flash
different.
Looks similar too. The Flash looks similar.
The Cinderella, that's the recent one.
That was the recent one, the Amazon Prime one that no one watched.
Yeah. The Flash, yeah. See, I mean,
same thing. Flash had that thing where it was kind of like that movement thing that happened.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's trying to do. I mean, but he's not Steven Spielberg. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, what's funny you say that, bro? I watched Roadhouse recently. I rewatched Roadhouse and The Instigators recently. Same thing. It feels like James Gunn's kind of like the.
I seen the the instigators and everything. I seen it on Apple, and that cinematography for that was also very flat. It was so flat.
Same guy.
It was also the flattest like. It was also like the flattest like cinematography I've seen. Because I was like, what is going on? That's the one thing that I don't like about recent cinematography now is that they are muting everything. And I'm like, don't mute stuff. Make sure that every single movie that you do has its character. Like, man, like pump up those contrasts, pump up those highlights,
the color grading.
Like, don't be afraid. So
make it pop. Make it pop. Make it pop.
Make it pop, bro. There's so many movies now that I look back, even like rom-coms, I'm like, damn, this rom-com looks better than
bro, it's bad. It's bad when Hitch looks better than this.
Yeah, I saw. It's funny. I saw the movie Easy A with Emma.
Fucking love that movie.
With Emma, is it Emma Stone, right?
Emma Stone, yeah, love that movie.
Stone. Yeah, I was like, cinematography looks great. Why does it look so good? And also realized that movie was shot on film, number one.
Oh, there you go.
That number two, but also just still, it's like this is a rom com. It's not looked this amazing, but compared to like other films now these days. But yeah, that's the one thing that I would that I kind of took the film from a 10 to like an 8.5 for me.
I'm with you on that. The colors could have been more vibrant and more poppy. It just felt very it felt very dilated and muted, or I was like, oh, dude, using the same color palette you used in Guardians 3 and The Suicide Squad. Where I
wish you just shot with like different glass too as well. With, we should shot it with like anamorphic or something like that.
I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. All right, man. So closing thoughts. I'm with you. I thought the score. I thought how they utilized John Williams' score was very cool, very homage to the Christopher Reeve movies and to John Williams. The score itself worked. It's funny. Our buddy Nino called it. It sounds like Lara Croft Tomb Raider music at times. That was
what?
Our buddy Nino thought the score sounded like Lara Croft Tomb Raider music at times.
Oh.
I'm like, I can see a little bit.
I mean, a little bit. I never played, like the full. But I watched like some of the walkthroughs and everything like that they have like on YouTube. But
no, it's a fun game. Those are fun games. I've seen this in IMAX now twice. I think it's worth seeing in IMAX. It's not the full 143. It's the 190. It's the kind of like the more accessible IMAX. But I thought the IMAX stuff did work. I liked the IMAX stuff did work. I thought like the flying stuff looked kind of cool in IMAX. Again, given the 190, it worked. But to your point, too, the cinematography could have been a bit better. It would have enhanced the IMAX a bit more if the cinematography was a bit more.
I think it definitely would have too as well. It would have definitely. I would say that. Because my theater was they also showed it on 1.9, because the theater, it's not IMAX yet. It's not technically IMAX yet because it's the premium screen.
Oh, cool!
It's bigger than the theater that I go to, the Regal Theater. Right? Yeah. So it's a premium screen, but it's not IMAX technically yet. It's not IMAX.
That's cool. Okay.
But it's still pretty big. I think it's only like 80 feet high.
Okay, that's still pretty big. Yeah.
I think they're trying to make it into like 90 feet. I might be wrong. I could be wrong, but they showed it at 1.9. 1.90.
Cool.
Okay, cool. It was. And everything. It looked great. I mean, being able to see it in the whole the whole frame and everything like that, I thought that was really, really cool. I thought that was really great. But yeah, I just think that the movie would have been enhanced way more if the cinematography was a little bit better.
I agree.
The cinematography, and I would say almost close to even like the I hate knowing shit like this, but just knowing, just also like the like the stunt coordination, more specifically the fight choreography.
Yeah.
A little bit of fight choreography would have been a little. I wish it was a little bit better, especially with Mr. Terrific.
Oh, yeah.
His scene was great, his scene was really great. But you know, I wish that the style in terms of like choreography was a little bit better. You know, in terms of like camera movement and also in terms of like
I'm with you on that.
Body style too as well. But yeah, those are the small little nitpicks though.
I also I'll add this before we close out. I thought the CGI wasn't that great. I gotta be honest. I know this is a hard, again, it's a Superman movie, duh. I'm like, yeah, of course. But I thought at times the CGI where I was like, ooh, like it was really like it was apparent, and it felt like it wasn't even finished yet at times. Where I was like, ooh, like there's certain scenes where like either he's flying up, or even the scene in that prison at times where I was like, oh, the CGI in this looks like it wasn't finished or rendered yet. I give props to all the VFX artists and people who work overtime. It works so long and just all the passion put into that. But I thought the CGI at times, because again, had to be devil's advocate here, they gave a lot of shit to the DCEU for the CGI. I'm not hearing the same thing about this movie where I'm like, you gotta be kind of fair here. I thought the CGI this was a little too much CGI at times, and when
I definitely agree with you. I can definitely agree with you on that. The CGI wasn't. You know, there's some moments that you could tell there were, you know, that it could have worked a little bit better on. You know, better on for sure. You know, and I definitely know that the movie had. If this movie wasn't released until next year, oh yeah, the CGI
more time.
Would have been great. You know, the VFX CGI would have been amazing. That's the reason why I'm excited about, you know, Supergirl, is that they have so much time, you know, for this movie, because it was wrapped, I think, like a couple months ago.
Yeah, it's done recently. Yeah,
it's not coming out until like next year, right? So they got a whole year to get the VFX down and CGI down.
Yeah,
before the movie comes out. But I would say that too. I would say the CGI could have been better. Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay, so again, I'm glad you kind of saw the same thing. But I'm with you, man. I'm giving this a solid 8 out of 10. I gave it a 7.5 when I first saw it. The more I thought about it, when I saw it again for the second time, where I was like, yeah, no, 8 out of 10. I had a good time with this movie. I'll probably see it again with Nick over the weekend. But you know, everyone delivers, man. Everyone delivers. It's a fun time in the movies. It's a movie full of hope and optimism, and just if you want to have a good time in the movies, you want to escape for 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes. This is the movie to go watch, man. It is a perfect summer popcorn flick too.
It is, man. It is. You know what's crazy? One thing before we wrap, you know, is that before we wrap with the review and everything, is that, bro, there is Jurassic World Rebirth that's out. There's F1 that's out. Now there's Superman that's out in theaters. You know, even Mission Impossible is still currently playing in theaters. You know,
Lilo and Stitch still playing.
There's Lilo and Stitch. It's like there's so much option for anybody to go in the theater to watch any of these movies and everything. It's amazing. Yeah, I would say this is like far out, like 2 times better than last year's. Like, you know, in terms of movies that are out.
I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
I'm having a great time. I don't know about you, but I'm having a great time, man.
Shout out to Regal Limited, baby. Sponsorship.
You know, they thought AFC had it all like that, but they don't know about Regal, man. They don't know.
They just don't know, bro. They don't understand Moses. They don't understand Moses. But you're right, man. It's a good summer, and we still have a good summer left, man. We still got a few movies left. Here, let me get Nick back in here. But no, you're right. You're right. I feel like this summer, I think even summer 2023 too. This movie's probably been a way better summer than the last few summers too.
Yeah.
Hop back.
We're definitely trying to trickle back into you know, like the 2019, 2018, 2017 vibe. Again,
yes.
We're trying to get back to that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's ready. Wait, what happened? Watch it. Follow my lead on this. How about you on? Nick, you there?
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
Superman said, I'm kidding. Hold on. I'm kidding. Thanks for being patient with us.
Yeah. Sorry, it took a while.
Yeah, man.
No, y'all are chilling.
All right.
Going through the memes on the phone.
All right. So being that our very own Nick Johnson is the biggest Superman fan that I think known to mankind, we are gonna do, because I felt like, oh, we do our top 5 DC, and I'm like, oh shit, we did top 5 DC 2 years ago when the Flash came out, so I was like, can't reuse that anymore. But down the road, when there's more DCU films, I thought we can definitely do more of a tier list when this universe is more expanded. Nick, as you are, like, the Superman expert, and you having that S on your chest for a reason, I think we might know.
Right.
We might know what it is, but what is your favorite Superman movie of all time?
You know, it's it is a two-way tie between Superman the movie and Man of Steel.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because Superman the movie. That's just like comic book stuff aside. That is just like classic, iconic film. You know what I mean? Like that was like the tagline, "You'll believe a man can fly," because that was like one of the first times they ever like really showed someone, quote, flying through the air like that. And if memory serves, they had to create new technology for those scenes, and they tested out like a bunch of different techniques. Like sometimes when he's flying, like I think it's like they have like a projection on the back, so that's why like he's able to move that way. Sometimes it is like blue or green screen, but in addition to that, I feel like Christopher Reeve, may he rest in peace, I feel like he just kind of embodied that aspect of Superman where it's like he just wanted to be there for everybody. I'm not really trying to be a superhero, necessarily, but like I do want to just, like I essentially just want to serve the people. And he, in an interview, Christopher Reeve said the thing that I think he found the most intriguing was that like he's a friend, like he's the ultimate friend. Like Superman just wants to be there like for everybody, and so that just really spoke to me. Even just the cinematography, the way that they shot the Krypton scenes, like one of the first scenes where it's just Jor-El and it's like Zod and like his group, and it's just all black. It's like those like hula hoop, yeah. It's like those kind of like spinning hula hoop things that were like surrounding them, and it's like the Council of Krypton. It's just these giant floating heads, just ominous, just looking ominous and shit. And it's stuff like that. And just it was just a well-written film. It was written by I want to say Mario Puzo, who,
yes sir,
he wrote the screenplay for Superman, but he wrote the book that he wrote the actual Godfather book. So it's just like I could gush about the movie forever. And then like Man of Steel, it was kind of like it was the first time we'd really seen like more of like Superman's power shown. It was more fun, it was more action packed, but still, at least for me, like I really liked how they handled Krypton, like how they made that like a completely new, but I guess somewhat believable in the world of sci-fi. Like it was like a believable planet, and they had to come up with an entirely new language for the movie. They had to come up for like, why does it look like an S even though it's not? Like what type of clothing is this? Like this is like some sort of like undergarment, and this isn't even like modern Kryptonian wear. That was because of the ship that suit was like 50,000 years old. It's all of this lore where you could probably make like 3 trilogies just off of Krypton alone or something like that. And the way that Zack Snyder handled Superman, I really enjoyed. Like Superman the movie focused, I think, on like the humanity of the character and just how much he cares about the world, and Man of Steel focused more on like the more mythic aspects, the more mythic and the more like science fiction aspects of the character. And just to name a few, but it's tough, man, because like Man of Steel kind of like, I don't want to say like changed my life. I feel like that would be corny, but Man of Steel was just such a,
if it did, it did. Good for you.
No, because it was such a fantastic fuck. It was such an incredible movie, and like even to this day, I am excited for James Gunn's Superman. But with Man of Steel and everything that Zack Snyder tried to set up, like I wanted that. I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to see it like fully realized. But that's back then. Again, I am excited for David Cornsweet's Superman, and I'm excited to see how James Gunn handles it though. But yeah, it's a tie, man, because you got classic iconic Superman with Superman the movie, and then you just got like intense action packed, just at the very least like very fun, just fucking cool Superman shit. If you can like mesh those two together perfect Superman movie where it's like again you have all of the cosmic, like the godly aspects of them, the mythic, but you have that, but you kind of surround it in like, but at the end of the day, I just want to be here for everybody, and I just want to protect the planet because I just genuinely am an altruistic being, you know. So it's tough, man. What's my favorite one? It's between those two.
It's what's cool is that they're so different from each other, but again, that's the beauty of different interpretations. It's that like we don't want to see a copy and paste all the time. We want to see how
you don't just want to see the same shit over and over again. Like you want to, if it is the same character and they're being like rebooted and remade and everything like that, you want them to bring out different elements and different aspects of the character. You want to see something new. Man of Steel was kind of like it out to me because up until that point, since the Christopher Reeve Superman, up to that point, like everything was kind of just in some way biting off of that version, whether it was just the music, the suit, even, you know, the way that Krypton looked, the way that that the Fortress of Solitude looked. Like Man of Steel said, you know, disrespect to that, we're gonna do a completely new thing. Like everything was just new and different about it, and I just really like that. Yeah, and the suit. Yeah.
And you know what? I think, you know, this is why I think, you know, you're absolutely right. And I think I think when Superman was in limbo for so long, meaning that like when Superman Returns came out, that was like the first Superman movie in a long time.
Before that it came out in the 80s. And there keep in mind, there had been attempts to make a Superman movie.
Nicolas Cage, Kevin Smith.
Yeah, a Tim Burton's movie with Nicolas Cage and Kevin Smith, and then J.J. Abrams was attached.
Yep. Superman
Fly. Henry Brandon Routh, ironic for Superman for that movie, and funny because they ended up playing Superman anyway. But you know, just even like another Superman Batman movie.
Yeah, I think I remember this really well. I think, you know, as we got older, it was like people complained about Superman Returns. It wasn't action packed enough. It was da 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 da. And then and then when they got Man of Steel, it was too action packed. It was like, well, this is what you asked for. So it's like
every time a new Superman comes up, everybody complains and everyone says, well, I liked how you did the last one better. But when the last one was out, y'all was complaining about that one.
Yeah. And that's why I think a lot of people are going into this new one really with kind of like a preconceived idea or like, I'm going to hate this movie. And it's like, well, you got to go with an open mind. You got to go in. This is a new iteration of it. This is a reboot of a whole new universe. You guys be more open minded in the possibility of giving it a chance. And again, I'm not going to say who, but there's a few YouTubers that we watch, that you and I watch, Nick, especially, that I think
I saw you text about one of them because I did see that one. I was like, even with that one, I didn't finish the whole thing, but even with that one, it was like what he was saying was like, I'm not really feeling it, but there are certain aspects that worked for me, and that's totally fine, you know. And like, and also, like, understand and know the type of movie that you're going into. Like, if you see that, you know, they're making a Superman movie directed and written by James Gunn, don't go into it hoping that it's going to be like the Zack Snyder one.
Exactly.
You know, like go into it like you gotta, okay, what type of filmmaker is this person? What does it seem like they're trying to say? And to your point, like going with the open mind, like keep that stuff in mind, but going with the open mind, don't go into it thinking like it's not gonna be action packed enough for me. You're already shitting on the movie, you ain't even seen it yet.
Exactly.
That don't make no sense.
Exactly. And that's what I think a lot of people are doing. They're just very like not giving it a fair chance. And even someone like Jeremy Johns, who's a huge YouTuber, he didn't like it, but he gave his reasons. He was very kind of like okay about it. And people on Twitter, online, were like, "We should kill Jeremy Johns." It's like, relax, like calm. It's a movie, guys.
It's like that just because he wasn't feeling the movie like that.
It's a movie. He explained. I forgot. I mean, I read exactly what he said, but like he broke it down why it didn't work for him. Guess what? That's his opinion. But man, people were online. We should have killed him years ago. It's like, who's we? Like
I am talking about killing motherfuckers. Y'all need to relax.
It's just like it's just the problem right now with toxic fandom, where it's like you gotta really give it a chance. Where I'm just like, you know, it's you know, unfortunately we have to say goodbye to what Man of Steel was in that era of it. It's unfortunate. Yes. We are all fans of Man of Steel, as we all know, but also too is that we have to really give things a chance, and you know, going with again, just you never know. You never know it might work for you. And if you're honest with yourself and you're giving it a fair chance, I'll ask for it. But there are people who are going in with very kind of like, no, no, no. And it's like, well,
Yeah,
you got to.
some people just like to hate on.
Yeah.
They just like to hate on shit, basically.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, dude. Hate. If y'all don't know, man, hate pays out these days, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's
I need to sit down on that one. Holy
it's true. It's true.
But it's
it isn't paid to like anything.
No,
that's why we're broke now.
We gotta start hating, bro.
No, I mean, as to our audience, you all know the show that all three of us do. This show, we always give you all authentic reviews. We wouldn't lie to you about a movie or a show, whatever. We give authentic reviews because, again, we're not trying to sell you on anything or like, hey, like, we're trying to get invited to a premiere or whatever. Like, no, we're doing this because we actually want to give authentic reviews. And to Moses' point, too, is that there's so much right now that people, I'm not going to say sell out, but people try to do for clickbaits or for clicks or for views, and that isn't the show, unfortunately. And if you're bummed about that, it's been real. We hope you stick around, but we really do try our best to give you guys really authentic and real reviews, and that's why we get death threats on videos like Exorcist Believer.
Like Exorcist Believer, right?
Yeah. So it's like, that's part of the game. That's part of the job, of course. But we really do. I speak for all of us, but we do strive on giving you real reviews because we won't tell you like go see this movie but we hated it. We'll tell you, hey, we didn't like it and here's the reasons why, but we won't say boycott this movie, boycott that person. Like we won't. No, that's the kind of show. We're not here to kind of spew hate or spew any kind of like just like negativity to movies or show, because again, wrong show, guys. Wrong show. But no, you're right, Moses, it does sell, unfortunately. I'm really glad that all of us kind of just see kind of right through that. But speaking of Hope and Superman, Moses, what is your favorite Man of Steel movie? What is your favorite Superman movie?
I mean, out of like all the films that I've seen, I mean, you already know. Everybody already knows here is. I mean, it's Man of Steel. Yeah. And I kind of already told Doug this. Reason why Man of Steel is probably still up there. Out of everything else, and I still love this movie because of everything else that it does, and because how grounded the movie is. It's very, very grounded when you compare, Man of Steel to the recent Superman movie. Is that you look at this movie and you realize it is so grounded in many aspects from who Clark Kent and Superman is in Man of Steel and everything like that, and there's this now essentially there's this like nostalgia factor to Man of Steel that I really, really appreciate when I go back and look at it. It made me realize, like, man, this is a good ass, movie in general. That's pretty much it. Now, just from like Clark Kent's arc and everything like that in the story, it's just very much grounded, and it's very. I think I would say that. Man of Steel's the Clark Kent version in Man of Steel, it's probably closer to Peter Parker. I think in terms of relatability in some way.
Like Peter Parker in general, or are you talking about like a specific movie version of Peter Parker?
No, I'm just talking about Peter Parker and the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Okay,
okay.
Another classic, another iconic film.
Being able to like relate to the things that he's going through, as a person or whatever it is, and just in some little moments here of him growing up and everything. But overall, man, it's just a great movie. I recently went back I recently saw Watchmen for the first time. I don't know if you guys,
Whoa! For the first time?
I'm sorry. Let me just adjust my fucking headphones real quick.
For the first time.
I'm sorry. No, you said for the first time, my guy?
First time. I never saw Watchmen.
What prompted you to watch Watchmen?
I mean, I was looking for a movie to watch on, HBO, and I was like, I'd never seen this movie, and
What?
That's
and I know Zack
crazy.
Snyder made this, and I wrote like a little like a three-worded review on Letterboxd. I said, Zach, please go back to your old ways.
You
Um,
said it was 3 words?
I don't know how many words that was or whatever, but I said a few words. I was like,
Oh,
hey,
you
Zach,
said okay. I was like,
I was like, hey Zach, just go back to your old ways because this movie is fantastic.
yeah, this
This
fucking.
movie is great.
Hey, you, was it? Did you watch just the theatrical cut, or did you watch? Because
No, I watched the
there's
whole
a
thing, man.
director's
I
cut.
watched. I watched the director's cut.
Nice.
The
Okay,
3 hour
better,
version.
better.
Yeah, I
So,
watched the 3 hour version, man.
and I take it I take it you like the movie because you said Zach, go back to your old ways.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
me.
Because I compared that movie to what he made for Netflix. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I feel because I keep starting the Netflix movies and I
I
really
was
do
like, what
want
is
to
going
watch
on
them.
here, bro? What is
I'm
going
like,
on here? What am I missing? Am I missing something here? Like
Free,
Zach,
free
what are you
reign.
doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, but no, Watchmen goes hard,
I,
bro.
I love Watchmen.
Yeah,
Watchmen,
it's yeah.
Watchmen was ahead of its time. If
Watchmen
Watchmen
was at
came
his
out,
time.
if it came out like
Yeah.
the late, maybe late to mid to late 2010s, would have crushed. Would have crushed. Would have
Bro,
crushed.
Oof.
this movie.
See, Zack Snyder keeps doing shit that's ahead of his time. Even Nolan said, when I watch a lot of these comic book sci-fi movies, I see Zack Snyder's influence.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot. There's a lot, man. I mean, this movie. I think this movie is probably the closest to us being us sort of like having superheroes in our society.
Yeah,
I would say.
kind of like the boys
You know what I mean?
in the way. Kind
Yeah.
of like the boys.
Yeah, I mean,
Even
yeah.
with Watchmen, there's only one like superpowered person. Everybody else is just regular in this movie.
That's what I'm saying. That's what everybody else is
That's
just regular.
fucking that's kind of
That's
terrifying.
no. That's what I'm saying is that there's
Yeah.
only especially there's actually just one superhero being, and I feel like Watchmen. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it's like I said, it's literally the closest thing that we could probably have, to like superheroes other than Mr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty much it. And I'm talking about superheroes that I don't know that carries. I mean that essentially are symbols to to
To like look up to aspire.
yeah,
to
to
be?
basically look up to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. Not superheroes to like fight crime or whatever it is, but almost as symbols.
Motherfucking Watchmen, bro. And
Uh,
just since we're kind of talking about Zack Snyder and Watchmen, I have a theory. I'm sorry, no, because I had this. I don't know if I like told you.
I thought we were talking about Superman. I was going.
I know, but I'm just like man, Zack
What you
name
got?
came up 18 times, man.
What
Like this
you got?
is
What you got?
I don't know if I ever like brought this up to you guys, but I a little bit ago I was wondering like because when Zack Snyder when it was announced that he was gonna do Superman, it seemed like everybody was just so on board because everybody loved 300, everybody loved Watchmen, and both of those I believe are. I don't know about 300, but both of them are DC. So I remember like he was attached and everyone was excited, and then Man of Steel came out and it was kind of like mixed reviews, and I was like, why was that though? Because at least when I watched Man of Steel, that shit was fucking fire, man. And it's like Man of Steel didn't work, even though it, for all intents and purposes, in my mind, it's a good movie. But why did these other two comic book adaptations from Zack Snyder work? And the conclusion that I came to was with 300 and with Watchmen, he was basically like, yes, he was adapting it for the big screen, but he was following the book more like closely. And also, I think both of these, it was just like the one story. Like Watchmen didn't really have any sequels at that time. It was just the one little arc, and then I guess 300 was just the one arc because what happened at the end and da 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 da. With Superman though, it's like there's not just one story. It's one character. It's a bunch of different stories. So I'm like, okay, maybe if it was a situation where he was either just adapting one specific Superman comic, or if Superman, like Watchmen, was just one single story and it didn't continue on for decades, it probably would have been more well received because he would have just taken all the comic book stuff, adapted it at the very least visually well to the big screen. That's just my theory, though.
Do you know what it was too? I think what really was too, how I think what Watchmen and 300 did really well. Watchmen came out in 2009, but it came out really in the pre-MCU era. Yes, Iron Man came out 08.
Yeah. Oh.
Incredible Hulk came out 08. This came out in March of 2009. But again, we weren't. The MCU wasn't the MCU, what it was in 2013.
Yeah,
and
that's a good point.
MCU 2013.
I would, no, I mean we the Avengers came out that time. You know?
Not in 2009. Avengers came out 2012.
2012. I'm saying for Watchmen and 300 were more well received.
Oh yeah,
for Man of Steel.
300 was 6. Watchmen was 09.
Man of Steel was 2013. And the problem, though, is that we're now in a post-Avengers world now. So now 2013 comes around. You also had bullshit like Iron Man 3 come out that year, which I'm not a fan of. I can't stand that movie. But again, still though, the MCU was the MCU already now. You had all these hits, and Avengers was this big thing that came out the year before. So when
Avengers just came out, bro.
Just came out.
Time.
So we're a year removed from the Avengers. And we just had Iron Man 3 make $1 billion the month before. So now you're like, oh, a DC movie, okay. I think what happened was people were like, man, this ain't no Marvel movie. And people were unfairly comparing it to MCU. Yeah. And that's why I think Man of Steel had a mixed reaction and mixed reviews because people were kind of like so used to this now. Also, we were also a year removed from Dark Knight Rises. And that was dark, but also, too, that wasn't what the MCU was either. Dark Knight was its own separate thing that Nolan did. But Man of Steel, unfortunately, had the fate of coming out after the Avengers. And the big thing, too, was that WB, as we all know, was like, hey, we got to fucking rush all this now to catch up with Marvel.
Yeah, they was trying to fast track too much.
Too much.
That's what fucked them up.
It was too much. You're not in comparison. I think what really happened was, and I think what's happening now with Marvel. Marvel's putting out quantity over quality, and not finishing things through. They're in a rush to kind of compete what they had a couple years ago. And I think now Marvel's kind of facing some things that DC faced in the early days of DCEU, unfortunately. So
yeah. I mean, I think by 2016, they're going to backtrack because we only have one. I think we have one movie or 2 movies coming out in 2026 with Marvel.
Spider-Man, and Doomsday.
I feel like Doomsday is going to get pushed again in 2027. Maybe
I think so too.
Yeah, it's going to push to like May 2027. I could be wrong, but yeah, I don't know, but I do know that Marvel is trying to backtrack on everything. You know, they're trying to backtrack on everything, making sure that they only have 1 or 2 movies come out, maybe even 3, and then probably like two TV shows. You know.
Yeah, I haven't watched Ironheart yet, but I feel like that kind of just came and went.
No, I mean, I'll watch it. I definitely had a good time, but I definitely did come and went. You know?
Yeah, because I don't have no I kind of wanted to watch it, but I think it's because it wasn't like I don't know. I just kind of fell off the whole Marvel thing. I still like the movies and the shows, but it was like I don't know, maybe like because it's like I'm older now, so it's kind of like oh man, I got all these bills and shit that I got to worry about. So it's like I'm like I don't give a damn about no Ironheart, but like only because like I got all this other stuff on my plate. It's not even like because of like the character or whatever. He was cool in Wakanda Forever, but I heard that people kept, kind of like shitting on the character, shitting on the show, that.
Yeah, man. People were shitting. People were shitting on the show. You know,
but it was like before it even came out. I'm kind of like,
before,
come on, guys, at least watch it first.
What's crazy? It's crazy. Is that people were shitting on the show and Robert Downey Jr. made sure to literally have have an interview with Ironheart's character, Ironheart, the actress that plays Ironheart.
Oh.
He made sure to literally have an interview with her for at least he did 3 interviews with her or whatever. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
Which was nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And having an interview with her, being able to say, what do you think about the character and how great it is for you to finally sort of have this mental as Ironheart and everything, and which was really, really, really pretty nice.
That's cool.
And the whole story, which I think about Ironheart is that it's not her trying to take the mantle of Tony Stark. It's her being in love with the idea of having a suit of armor to protect yourself and also your family. You know, that's the whole story, right?
I'm with that. Like that right there. I'm like, yeah, I would
what,
watch that show, and it makes me kind of wonder what's going on with that. Like, why is everyone shooting?
I mean, bro, it's racist.
Is it because she's black? Let's just throw that out there. Let's be real.
I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth. You know, like if you don't think it is, well, then I don't know if you're blind or not. But that's just the truth. You know, but it was great. It's also #1 right now on Disney Plus. The #1 like show and movie on Disney Plus right now.
Do you know what it is? You know what it is too, man. We also when Nick and I went to South by, the thing that we talked about was eventising. I feel like the Marvel's not an event as much anymore. Like they lost their event, event film kind of thing. I do feel like when F1 is a bigger,
says they got caught up. No, sorry. Like with the, I was gonna say with the whole like Disney Plus thing when it was like, we have to put out like hella movies and hella TV, kind of like you're throwing a lot, and you know it's a control thing. Like I'm gonna use this as an example. I was excited for She-Hulk because I wanted to see that character brought to life, but the show just kind of felt like, you know, I feel like y'all kind of just like put this out there. You know what I mean? But
yeah. I mean, I you know what I realize now is that you know, Marvel, I think they try to put out, you know, shows and movies that, you know, that not every single person had to like watch or like, you know what I mean? And everything like that. They try to put out, you know, shows for everybody, you know, every single person in the world. And that's the thing where I think they're struggling or whatever, but they're also learning from it at the same time.
Yeah. I feel like what they need to do is like kind of with the first 3 phases, everything was supposed to lead to Thanos. So, and my memory might be a little bit foggy on this, but everything's supposed to lead to Infinity War, then fighting Thanos. So every movie that was coming out was leading to that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it was like the Infinity War and Endgame, like that was the conclusion to everything that had been set up before. With, you know, everything in phase 4 and 5, like we know it's the multiverse saga, however you pronounce it. Yeah. But there's just been, again, like a lot of shit, and not a lot of it has really dealt with like the multiverse like that. So, you know, blah, blah, blah. What I'm trying to say is like, if you have like an end goal and like we're leading to this particular event or conflict or movie or whatever, everything that comes out before that should more or less not just set it up, like not just have like an not just have like an Easter egg to set it up, but like it needs to lead towards it. Don't just put out like a random like Marvel character and then the end credit scene is, oh, by the way, multiverse. You know what I mean? Like, no, like have it like lead into everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, no, I definitely agree with that. If that's the way,
have it all be part of one big story. Like have it all be puzzle pieces for this one big story. Not just like, okay, but we did these phases. Now let's just do a bunch of random shit.
But at the same time, it's like, you know, like people are getting like older. You know, people don't have time to like to like see if one movie connects to another. You know, just like what you just said, Nick. You know, is that you're not watching, you know, Ironheart because you feel like you don't have the time or whatever or the energy to watch it. And that's
bro, I didn't even watch YouTube in like 2 months.
Do you know what it is?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, what you're saying is
no. I'm saying like in support of what you're saying, because it's like, you know, like hell yeah, like I do want to watch it, but it's just kind of like, damn, I got all this other like shit that's on my mind.
You know what it is too is that I really feel this way. I feel like the event films are going back to stuff like F1, Oppenheimer, Barbie. Like I feel like Marvel and DC is still kind of, you know, rebooting now, so I'll give DC a benefit of the doubt. But I feel like the event films are going back to like the filmmakers, and you know, Sinners was an event film, you know, Oppenheimer was an event film, Barbie was an event film, F1 is an event film, and I feel like people are getting more. Mission Impossible was an event film. Like people are getting more hype for. They're not making Marvel movies the event films anymore. They're not. Well,
I think what you're trying to say is that there's superhero fatigue is around the corner.
I think it's more. It's just.
I'm not saying that's true, but I'm saying is that what you should say? That's more of a question.
I think it's part of it. I think there's not so much superhero fatigue. I think it's just kind of mediocre superhero fatigue. Like people want to see like really again how Spider-Verse was a big thing. No Way Home was an event film. You know, like it's. I feel like you gotta do something really unique. And again, to James Gunn's credit, his very unique way of Superman. So I think it's about just fatigue about kind of feeling the same thing over and over again. Oh, here we go. Marvel this, Marvel that. Villain goes down. It's like make it more, make it back to unique again.
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta focus on actually telling like good stories. I think that the idea of superhero fatigue. It's not just like there's so many superhero movies coming out like each year. It's the superhero movies that we keep seeing are sometimes are just a little bit disappointing.
Yes.
And to Doug's point, it's kind of like, like y'all, again, this kind of goes back to the whole, like, y'all, for a while, y'all were just putting shit out just for the sake of putting shit out. It wasn't like, let's tell the best story that we can with these characters. And, hopefully it'll like lead to the sequels and everything like that. No, it was like, it wasn't that. It was like, okay, man, we got this Marvel character. Let's put this out there. We got this character.
Slow down. Go. Make us miss you for a little bit. Make us miss your movies for a little bit. I think it's why last year they were smart for putting out one movie last year, Deadpool Wolverine. Guess what? That movie is the highest grossing rated R movie of all time right now, and that movie delivered. Focus on quality over quantity, and just make us miss you a little bit. Like, oh yeah, can we see a new Marvel movie? It's been a while, but like when you put out 2 or 3 a year, it's like you got to bring it back. You got to bring it back a little bit. And
I have a question for you guys.
What's up?
Why do you guys think Thunderbolts film did great rave reviews, but missed at the box office?
Part of me kind of wonders if it has anything to do with the reveal of like the actual title, because like it was like I think it was like right after I saw it, like the next week it was like, oh, it's actually spoiler alert, it's actually New Avengers or whatever. So it's kind of like I feel like maybe had they like waited on that a little bit, because it just seems like a big twist, and now it's like, well, now we don't need to see the twist, but.
I feel like they should have revealed that. I feel like that should have, number one, that should have been either the name, or they should have revealed that, in the trailer or something like that.
Or it should have been like an unofficial title. Like when you see it, but maybe it's just is called Thunderbolts asterisk or whatever, and maybe when it comes out on like DVD, Blu-ray, digital, that's when they make it public. Like, okay, this is what the actual title is. But like while it's still in theaters,
I mean that's you don't make me like that though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean the title Avengers is a big name. Is all I'm just saying is that if you want to introduce and you want to get your money to it as well, make sure you have the name at the beginning, or make that the title, the New Avengers or whatever it is, because nobody knows what the hell the Thunderbolts are.
No,
I barely know what the Thunderbolts was. No. And from what I understand, that's not even the original team for the comics.
I mean, in terms of the actual like the regular people that go see movies all the time and everything like that, the general audience, nobody knows who the hell the Thunderbolts are.
No,
except one. We only know Bucky. That's it. We know Bucky and the Thunderbolts, and that is literally it. And it's funny because Captain America made like a little bit more money than Thunderbolts, and we had a new Captain America basically, and that did person in terms of like critics and everything like that. So,
what it is about Thunderbolts, and is that to your point too, about a few months ago about the TV show, is that not a lot of people watch Falcon Winter Soldier. Not a lot of people watch. People forgot who Ghost was, Ant-Man and the Wasp. People forgot who Taskmaster was in Black Widow. Like they were D-list, unfortunately.
No, yes, I'm saying all of these characters are all B-list or C-list characters. That's probably the reason why. And their story arcs are great, but the characters, but the actual characters are not. They're not up tier. I got
no.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
Also, and people forgot too. People were fan. Sinners and Minecraft were still killing at the box office. Like Sinners and Minecraft were doing so well at the box office on the first week of Thunderbolts. Like people were still going back to go see Minecraft and Sinners. Again, Minecraft was an event. Again, for us, we were like the fuck, but for a lot of people, Minecraft, Minecraft was an event for so many people.
It wasn't an event for a lot of people. It's I mean, because Minecraft is a big name for
huge.
Gamers, you know?
Sinners was an event for us because we were big, because Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler and the marketing that was great. And I think
was so good. The marketing for that movie
was great, and people were itching for an original event film, like how they do with Nolan, how they do with Spielberg sometimes, how they do with Jordan Peele. Like people, Denis Villeneuve. Like people, he's more, that Dune's not an original film, but like still though, like. I feel like
it has an original taste to it.
True, that's Denis' vision, of course.
It's just an adaptation.
But I think what it was. I think people. Again, I'm curious to see how Fantastic Four does. I'm curious to see how Doomsday does. But I do feel like people are. I think people have been itching for more original filmmaking from these filmmakers. I think filmmakers now are selling themselves now, whether it's Ryan Coogler, Jordan Peele, Denis Villeneuve, Greta Gerwig, Chris Nolan, Tarantino. Like, I think there's certain filmmakers that still have that pull of opening up by their name alone. And I think Thunderbolts and Captain America just got caught in the crosshairs of like people weren't ready to go back to Marvel just yet. I think people are still trying to like let Marvel back into their lives again. And I'm curious to see how F4 does. I really do. Again, it's good for the box office if it does well. But I think a lot of people just have been itching for original filmmaking. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for F4 because I saw like the behind the scenes of it, and I saw this like one clip of like them going to this like black hole, or whatever it is, and it had very much like Interstellar vibe, and it was crazy. I
like that.
It was like I was like, damn, and like Silver Surfer kind of like chases after like the Fantastic Four and their ship and everything like that, and. It was dope. It was dope. I would say it was fantastic.
Oh boy, here we go again. Got him.
But no, seriously, you guys gonna have to like check out.
Like, say that again.
Oh boy. Hey,
it was great. That's all I gotta say.
It can't be worse than my screening of Fantastic Four 2015 when someone threw a shoe at the screen and they were booing on the way. Bro, I've never been to a free screening where people booed and threw a shoe.
That means it's a terrible fucking movie. A free screening, bro.
And you're booing, bro. I've never been in a screening. And
oh my god!
I'm talking to Joel all the time, and I'm like, yeah, it was kind of whatever. And I see, oh shit, there's a shoe. Someone just yeet and threw a shoe. I said, damn. But again, people were booing, bro. I've never been in a movie.
That was a tough watch.
A free screening, people were booing, bro.
I always have something to say about a movie. Like right after I see it, I was quiet the whole ride home. I didn't have nothing to say, man.
Was that me with the Rock kind of like this in the car, like this?
Oh, yeah, it was like.
Hold on, where's that? The Rock, yeah, the Rock. Nah, it's yeah. I'm really curious to see how F4 does. I'm curious. Quick.
I'm curious to know what Superman does at the box office.
Real quick, predictions of opening weekend. I say 130 mil opening weekend.
I would say probably around there. I would say 140.
Are we talking about Superman? Yeah, we're talking about Superman or Fantastic Four?
Superman.
For Superman, okay.
I bet you though, Fantastic Four still makes more money.
You think it's gonna make more money? Because I could see it, but I'm like, obviously I'm rooting for Superman to beat it out. But
now, me too. I mean, what's funny is that I want Superman to do better, just so that they can literally continue on with this freaking universe.
Because I do want to see this James Gunn version of the DC universe. Like I don't necessarily agree so far with like everything, but even with that, it's like I haven't seen the movie yet. I've just seen the ads and everything like that, and I'm still I am partial to the Snyder version, but again, I do still want to see this new take on Superman.
Yeah.
So F4 is looking at 125 to 155. Superman had a high early projections, but now it's kind of gone down a bit. Projections. Let's see. Superman's looking at 115 mil plus. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's good. Weekend range 155. What was it? 115 and 135. So they would be happy to have that as their first outing. That would be really good.
You know, it's crazy. Warner Brothers is like killing it. You know, this year.
It's a great year for them.
Yeah, it's a good year for them. It started off kind of iffy, you know, with Mickey 17.
I know, bro. Man. And Companion, bro. My beloved Companion did not do well.
I gotta see that movie. I actually haven't seen it.
Okay, don't watch. Just go in blind.
Really?
Blind.
Don't watch no trailers.
Watch no trailers.
Don't look at no movie posters. Don't read no review
just
stuff.
Go right in.
Just watch the movie.
I mean, I have seen the trailer of it.
So do you know the reveal?
No, I do not know the reveal.
Wait.
You're in the perfect position right now to just watch the movie. Then.
Okay, cool.
I'm telling you, because I only saw the first trailer, and then I saw the movie. Like I didn't watch nothing.
I mean, I seen the trailer clearly from going to the movies. From going to the movie theater, I saw the trailer just based off that.
Do you remember what someone is, or no?
I know one person is probably like and like I seen like a trailer where like there's like fire on her, so I'm guessing like she's like a freaking AI or some shit.
Fuck.
You know? I mean, that's easy to tell. That's kind of
fuck.
That's like, I mean, what do you think?
I thought it was a dream, or I thought maybe she was kind of hallucinating. Like that's why I thought it was. And then like our friend Seth was like, "Don't watch any of the trailers." And then the next day it was like, "Oh, I can't believe so and so is this," and I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Damn it."
Yeah, I'm still gonna see it though.
It's great. It is fantastic.
Yeah, definitely see it. I want to hear your thoughts, but we were talking about trailers, and it just reminded me. Have y'all seen the Odyssey trailer yet?
Bro, I just saw Superman. I saw it again, Superman.
Dude, because I went to see Jurassic World with my grandma, and they played all the trailers, and then it was like the Harkins logo, and then right after that, it was like another trailer, and I was like, which one of y'all dumbasses fucked up over here that y'all are playing? Because now we got to sit through a whole new set of trailer, and then it was like Syncope. I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking jealous. Locked in, dude. It was. I'm not gonna spoil it for Doug, but you know it was short and sweet. It was a really solid teaser, and it just.
Doug, you haven't seen the trailer yet?
No, they didn't show. So I saw one. So it was funny. It was weird. I saw F1 for the second time with my dad on Sunday. Right, I'm like, oh, they're gonna show it in IMAX. Nope. And I was like, all right, it's cool. So
go watch Jurassic World. That's how I saw the trailer.
You haven't seen? Doug haven't seen Jurassic World.
No, we saw Jurassic World. Did we see Jurassic World? Did we? Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen Jurassic World?
Oh no, we did. Nick liked it.
I know that's not your. I know that's not your. But it was a good trailer, bro.
I'm jealous.
It was. Oh,
yeah, especially on that like 1:9 aspect ratio. My theater, they're showing out too as well. Because it was just shot fully on IMAX, right? IMAX film.
They shot on
film. It was fully shot on with IMAX film cameras. You know,
he's gonna break that. He's gonna break that screen, bro.
You know, because people are saying that Dune Part 3 is shot on fully on IMAX, but I'm like, you got to be specific on IMAX film cameras or just on IMAX digital cameras.
No, I'm jealous. They didn't show it. So Monday was the press screening, so they didn't show the trailer before any of the press screenings. Yeah. And then at the fan screening on Tuesday at IMAX, they showed Running Man, Wicked for Good, and the fucking Cat in the Hat.
That trailer was whack, bro. Cat in the Hat, bro. I didn't know what the hell was going on. When I was watching that,
I was like, oh wait, here comes the trailer for Odyssey. Nope, and I was like, damn. So that's 2 IMAX screenings in a row I went to this past week where I saw everything but the Odyssey trailer. So, Nick, if we see the movie on Saturday at the Regal, we better see it, bro. I'm walking out.
That's what I'm saying. Because like I wasn't even in IMAX when I saw it. It was just regular. It was just fucking regular ass Jurassic World.
God damn it! But no, I haven't seen it yet. But I mean, I seen like a few leaked things on Twitter, and then they took it down. So I was like, oh, whatever. But I do want to see it. Hopefully soon. Hopefully in sometime soon. But going back to Superman real quick, so I don't want to keep you guys either. I'm kind of with you guys. I mean, surprise, surprise. Man of Steel is my favorite Superman movie too. I mean, I remember I saw it. I remember seeing this. It was half day of school. It was the last day of freshman year of high school, and my friends and I, we snuck in to go see This Is the End first, actually, and we did the good old double feature back in the day, and we snuck in. So we snuck in This Is the End, and afterwards we saw Man of Steel afterwards, and it was cool because Man of Steel that theater was just packed. It was opening day. People was going. It was packed for it. And I remember like seeing some of my friends in high school, and I was like, whoa! And I remember just loving it. I remember loving it. And I remember that summer, my friend group was torn. Half of them liked it, half of them didn't like it. And I was like, wow, I never seen like a divisive film among my friend group at the time. And I remember watching it again that same summer, and I was like, this movie just hits. It's so good. Russell Crowe is great as Jor-El. Everyone's casted very well. Michael Shannon's a perfect Zod. He's such a good Zod.
He was great.
I was nervous about him as Zod because when he was announced, the only thing I'd seen him in was Kangaroo Jack. So I was kind of like, y'all got this dude for General Zod, but then his I've seen him in like one or two other things, but he didn't have like a very like significant role. But no, as Zod, he fucking killed. He might be my favorite on Zod.
Me too. Oh, 100%. He's probably top 10 villains for me too, because he was so good as Zod. It was funny. I saw him in a movie the year before called Premium Rush. He was a villain in that movie. Very underrated movie.
Yeah. Oh, watch Take Shelter. I think that also.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
I've seen clips. I've seen parts of it.
That it's really good. Definitely watch that. I think that one came out. It was either 2013 or 2011.
Michael Shannon, right? Shannon.
Yes.
And what's her name? Forgetting her name, bro.
Chastain.
Jessica Chastain. Yeah, she was great in it too as well.
Oh, dude.
That movie was great.
Oh,
that's best movie.
Oh, Jeff Nichols did this. He did Bike Riders.
I know that.
He did Bike Riders.
Holy, okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a great.
I can see the comparison there a little bit.
Yeah.
He also did. Oh wow, he did the movie Loving. Oh okay. Damn.
He did Loving. He did Mud. Mud's a very good movie too. Underrated.
Yeah,
Loving.
Good.
Okay, I gotta check out Mud.
He was supposed to do Quiet Place Part 3, but then he dropped out.
Really?
I remember like when I went to a screening with Hamza years ago for Quiet Place Part 2 when COVID was getting better, and it was like, oh, Jeff Nichols is gonna do Quiet Place Part 3. We were like, oh, cool. Then he was like, nah, I'm good. He dropped out. I think it was creative differences.
Oh.
That seems to be happening a lot these days.
Which is, whatever. But yeah.
Which usually comes towards budget and
final cut.
No, I think sometimes when I say creative differences is that they probably not getting paid what they want to get paid.
Oh, interesting. I thought it was more like budget and final cut usually.
I mean, probably too as well. But
I can see it being a money thing too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a money thing. It's like I'm getting paid for how much for this?
Yeah. And you paid him how much? Nah, it's yeah.
But no, I just remember Man of Steel being that again. It's like go back to that summer. That's I think Superman's a good summer movie too. I think Superman's a good summer movie. I feel like Superman Returns was a summer movie. Superman, this new one, summer movie. Man of Steel, summer movie. So it's like he belongs in the summer box office in the summer. In the theaters. So I feel like, and this was kind of fun too. I feel like Man of Steel also to me was like. Again, I didn't know who Henry Cavill was either at the time. Hans Zimmer's score is chef's kiss, perfect.
Bro, the Hans Zimmer score in this movie is out of this world, and also the cinematography. We were talking about cinematography earlier, right?
Yeah,
bro, the cinematography in this movie, it blows out every single movie that have come out this year in terms of like visual look. Maybe except for Sinners and F1.
Ooh, yeah.
F1 is up there. F1 is up there. Well, also, got to shout out one of the actors in this movie, Harry Lennox.
Oh, your boy.
Hell yeah.
Amir McCory was the
Of course, you look at this movie. He has like all these like some of these.
He did Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. And also, bro, he did fucking Transformers: Darker Than the Moon, my favorite Transformers.
Oh, Vantage Point too.
Vantage
A
Point.
non
Yeah.
Pixel.
Oh, Pixels. No.
He did.
No.
Oh no.
Hey, he did Bad Boys
Season
too.
of the Witch.
He did Bad
Oh,
Boys
hell
too.
yeah.
He did Bad Boys too.
He did Bad Boys. Yeah. See. Yeah.
He also did my favorite movie, Whore.
Oh my god. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I've never seen this movie before. Now I'm losing this. Teresa Russell.
He said, "Let me just bookmark this for later." I gotta watch it for the podcast. Yeah.
For research purposes. Bad Boys 2, Lord of War, National Treasure, Vantage Point, underrated. The fourth Fast and Furious.
Hey, it was good. It was good. Yeah.
Season of the Witch, bro. I paid for that in 7th grade. I said, man, what the fuck am I watching?
Man, I had fucking $8 and a free Saturday. I was like, let me just go down to the Best Buy and like browse movies. I seen like the trailer for it, and I bought it, bro. After the first time watching it, it stayed on my shelf for like 2 years. Fun movie, but I was just kind of like, I don't know about this one, man.
Oh man, Transformers: Dark of the Moon, Man of Steel, Transformers: Age of Extinction, Pixels, and then he did Superfly remake, and then he did Murder Mystery. So damn, bro,
with Adam Sandler, and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, bro. How do you go from Man of Steel to Pixels to Superfly to Murder Mystery?
Jesus Christ, bro.
Man, it might just be like, listen, I already put out some hits. Yeah, some bangers. I mean, I got time on this Tuesday to do a murder mystery real quick. I got
time on this Tuesday.
he probably got paid.
No, he got paid a lot. But the murder mystery, I seen like the trailer. Cinematography is not good.
No, bro.
It's a fun movie, but that's I did murder mystery.
I never
saw the house that murder mystery.
Do you know what looks worse? Is the Happy Gilmore 2 cinematography. Holy shit!
Oh my god!
God, bro! Oh, someone got cap cut and be like, all right, I'm gonna add this filter to it. Like legit, someone got Adobe Premiere, like Basic Edition, and they had the most boo boo ass filter on it. I was like, what am I watching right here?
They probably did it in color, and they probably use a filter LUT instead of an actual color.
Bro, man, how the mighty have fallen. like, come on, guys. Like, it's just, oh man. But no, Man of Steel is my favorite just because of like, I love that. I just love the action's really cool in that. The Smallville fight is great. And people forget too. Chris Nolan wrote and produced that movie.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a lot of flair in that movie that kind of gives you an idea that Chris Nolan probably had his hands like on this project.
He wrote the treatment. He wrote the story with David S. Goyer when they were doing Dark Knight Rises, and then he produced Man of Steel. He produced it. You know what I mean? And his wife produced it, and it's like,
if Man of Steel came out today, what do y'all think? You think it would be a hit and miss?
It's tough. If there never was, because I like it a lot, so I'm blinded by that. I would say it's a hit. At the same time, especially with how the fandom is so into the whole you need to make it more comic accurate and da 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 da. I do feel like if Man of Steel came out today and exactly as it was, I kind of feel like part of me wants to say people might take issue with it because I like Man of Steel and I like what Snyder did with it, but I do see some of the criticisms where it's the movie, it was kind of somber and we didn't really see much of the Clark Kent side and da 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 blah 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 blah. But at the same time, it's tough because I feel like my brother put it like this a few years ago, Zack Snyder with these movies kind of gave audiences what they wanted, but just not how they envisioned it. So it's you want to see a Superman movie where he uses all of his powers and it's a superpowered villain instead of it just being Lex Luthor, you know what I mean? But because of how it was people just kind of got lost in that. But it's do y'all just want to see a quote unquote boring Superman where the villain is just talking about I'm gonna nuke this part of America so that I can buy up the land? It's two of the Lex Luthors in between Reeves and Brandon Routh. A lot of his schemes just had to do with real estate, and when you think about it, that's some boring shit.
Oh yeah, you're right.
for a
You're
Superman
right.
villain. So, but I don't, and especially with like
what I missed, Nick? What'd you say?
I was saying how like with Man of Steel, or with the Reeves Superman and with the Brandon Routh Superman, those two times where he was fighting, where Lex Luthor was the primary antagonist, like it was never a physical fight. It was just like Lex Luthor's whole thing was, I either just want to take over this area of this amount of land in the first Superman the movie, or in like Returns it was like I'm gonna make new land, and then I'm gonna be able to sell it for like billions or whatever. Now, to be fair, the idea of someone figuring out a way to create new fucking land on Earth, that is a pretty crazy feat, because no one's ever like done that. That is kind of wild. This dude made his own fucking island, so you got to give him props for that. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, if I'm watching the Superman movie, I want to see him go against a physical threat. So Man of Steel, you get that with with Zod, and then in BVS, it's Doomsday and it's Batman to an extent with Justice League and everything like that. It's aliens and blah blah blah. But I feel like, to answer your question, I keep rambling, but to answer your question, I do kind of feel like people would shit on it, but I don't. It's weird though, because I feel like they would shit on it without really trying to understand what Snyder and company were trying to do. Because I feel like audiences will look at these Snyder films,
Right.
and they'll look at, well, this is how I wanted this character to be represented on film, and Zack Snyder represented him differently, so I have an issue with that. But it's like, okay, but why is he representing him this way? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like with Man of Steel, it's Superman, but it's just true to like every specific aspect of it. It's not like all of the combined aspects of Superman where you see this is exactly how he grew up on the farm. This is exactly what his life is like in Metropolis, and this is exactly what his life is like as Superman. Snyder, he just kind of wanted to focus on like real talk. If there was a dude out there like this is what he would be going through. I would have still liked to have seen a little bit more of that in the movies, but no, I do kind of feel like we live in an age right now where it's like you said at the top of this podcast, like, it pays to hate. So I feel like it would still be a good movie, but people would just want to shit on it.
Yeah, it's unfortunately that like it's. I think Man of Steel was, I think it came out. I might say the wrong time, but it came out at an unfortunate time when Marvel was really just hitting on all cylinders.
Right?
Yeah, on all cylinders. Like it was delivering.
Man of Steel would have came out maybe like closer to the Dark. Like Man of Steel came out like almost any time before 2013, Avengers. Before Avengers. Yeah, so I'm gonna say like anywhere from like 07 to 10 or 11. If it came out during like that window of time, I feel like the superhero, at least the DC superhero movie landscape would be a lot different right now, and we probably would have had like 4 or 5 of these movies.
And they could have marketed more Chris Nolan's involvement too, like from the producer Chris Nolan, director of Dark Knight and Inception, and it is because they definitely used his name in the marketing, but like they used both Zach from like director of 300 and Watchmen or whatever. But I feel like if they were using more of Nolan's name and Snyder's name at the same time, they could have really kind of milked that. And to your point too, Nick, that if it came out around like maybe Dark Knight Rises even too, it just would have been like, oh, like what's this thing here? But it's unfortunate timing. I know. What do you think, Moses?
Well, with Superman,
Man of Steel.
I mean, like, I think if he would have came out like today, I don't know. I don't know. I think you could have done better in terms of like performance and boxing, people liking it a little bit more. But I think this movie, to be honest with you, gets better. The older it gets.
Like a fine wine.
Exactly, it's ahead of its time.
It gets better. Than people are gonna go back and look at this movie and realize, wow, this movie was great. Like me, I'll go back and watch this movie, and I'm like, wow, this movie is great.
I'm gonna tell you
something. I go back and watch
too.
some scenes, bro. I go back and like on freaking HBO Max, and I literally just I'm like, man, I really want to watch the scene again on, from like Man of Steel.
Yeah, I'm about to put the shit out right now. All these fucking Man of Steel images on my computer. But no, one thing again.
You know, it's funny.
What's up?
I literally decided to like watch before watching Superman. I was like, I'm gonna go back and like watch like a certain scene from Man of Steel real quick before going to watch Superman. So and that scene was when when he's working at the at the restaurant, when he's working at this bar. And yeah, man, I think Clark Kent in Man of Steel has had a different type of, I don't know, his personality was very different, but also just very grounded.
Yeah, because the whole thing was I'm still trying to figure myself out. Like, I don't know who I am. That's why he was trapped.
That's what I'm saying. What I mean, grounded.
No, like, exactly.
I'm still trying to figure things out. Is like, where am I really? And I think if that was me from another planet coming to Earth, I'll probably literally just go around the world and trying to figure out like what's the best for me to do here.
Don't let me grow up with them super, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, bro. You thought Homelander was bad? You thought Omni-Man was bad, bro?
Oh, bro, you say you're gonna be evil, bro? What's wrong with you?
I wouldn't be evil, but you won't be able to tell me nothing. But no, real talk. Because again, I was.
So you're gonna be evil, bro.
I ain't gonna be evil. I'm gonna be a different breed. I'm gonna just be different, bro. Like they're gonna be like, listen, oh, that's Nick over there. Everyone be quiet. It's gonna be like that. When I walk down the street, I'm gonna be cracking the sidewalk with my footsteps, bro. But no, one thing my brother was saying with Man, or it was either like Man of Steel or with BVS. No, I think he was saying like, I think it was specifically with BVS and with this new Superman movie, like both of them, and I haven't seen the movie yet, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But it was like both of them are kind of dealing with how do we like feel about Superman in this world. Like with BVS, everyone, it was kind of like it was really political and like he had an exchange with Bruce Wayne where he was like, not everyone in the world like shares your opinion. Everyone was kind of like scared, know what to think about him. And it was like that montage where it was like Neil deGrasse Tyson and it was like showing him like saving everybody, but it was kind of like he challenges how we see ourselves in the universe, blah blah. But it was political. Like, how does the world feel about Superman? And with James Gunn's Superman, it's the same thing because I'm basing that off of the trailer where it was like him and Lois, where it's kind of like Lois kind of represents the world to an extent where she's like grilling him, hey, why did you do this? This your actions look blah blah. But Superman, I was just trying to like help him. I wasn't really thinking about it like that. And so it's kind of like y'all are doing the same thing. It's just visibly, or rather visually and tonally different, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I know. I mean, once you see, I think when you see the movie, you're gonna have a different take. If I'm being honest with you right now.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm really curious. Yeah, hearing your reaction to it is gonna be like, whoa, like.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it because I'll see it tomorrow at the time of this recording.
But I don't want to say anything, just like try to spoil you, like so you don't want to hear anything.
Yeah.
So I won't say anything. I don't.
I appreciate y'all.
Like my theme of it. So, but yeah, man, go and see it. Go and see it. It's good. It's really, if you don't like it, well, yeah, that's on you, brother.
Like, hey, man, if you don't like Superman, then fuck you.
No, I mean, I don't like I hate on you or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, then. Hey man, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
This isn't a spoiler. I think you're gonna like this movie, Nick. I really do. Okay. I really do.
I'm looking forward to it, and like as we said at the earlier on in this podcast, whatever my honest opinion is, I will let that be known. If I like it, I'm gonna let y'all know. Like, hey, I like it. If I don't like it, I'll be like, hey, listen, guys, I wanted to like it, but hey, fuck it, it just wasn't for me, and that's okay.
And since we,
as Doug said, art is subjective. Film is subjective.
Yes, sir, man, my man. And I feel like I'm gonna see it with you again on Saturday, Nick. I think you're gonna like it more the second time too. For me, at least, I appreciated it more the second time personally. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is good. I liked it. Second time with my dad on Tuesday, I was like, oh, I think I liked it a bit more the second time.
Oh wow!
I think I did, and maybe that was just me, but also you're doing the same thing. You're seeing it tomorrow, and you're seeing it again on Saturday. I saw it 2 days back to back as well. So I think when you have. I think when you see it twice in a row, I think you're going to appreciate it a bit more as well.
Okay.
And I think it's good. I think it's good to watch it twice. I think because it's like, hey, this is going to be the new standard going forward for this DCU and what the Superman is. And again, I had more of an appreciation for it the second time, and I think it was funny watching the audience too of like what worked at the press screening and what didn't work at the press screening, and seeing how it was compared to the fan screening too. So no, I think you're gonna like it. Yeah, that's not a spoiler.
Okay.
All right, good boys. As we close up the show, instead of doing our one-on-ones for the week, how about we go around and say our favorite James Gunn projects?
Let's do it.
All right, Moses, start with you, my friend.
Probably start with Nick.
All right, Nick, the floor is yours.
All right, I'm gonna go with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I thought it was really good. I think it was the first like MCU trilogy where it kind of felt like the story that it was telling, like through all of the, throughout the trilogy. It was the first time for me it felt like it came to a solid close. And a satisfying close, because you look. Well, I guess I forgot about Iron Man, but with Iron Man, like Iron Man 3 was kind of it didn't really do it for me, but it did. It was kind of weird because it brought Tony Stark's arc to a close, but we all knew that he was going to be in the next Avengers movie, so it just kind of felt like this isn't really an end for Tony Stark. This is more of an end for Robert Downey Jr. because we didn't know if he was going to come back after Age of Ultron, and then Captain America, like that wasn't like a closed, not a closed loop, but it wasn't like a complete arc because the rest of his arc was fulfilled in Endgame. So it was just kind of like, well, these are just 3 Captain America films. Guardians of the Galaxy, man, like it again, like the 3 movies just tell one solid, complete story. I was even listening to the Guardians soundtrack the other day at work because it just popped in my head, and like so I was listening to it on Spotify, and that song "Dog Days Are Over," like
a great song.
Like the song's playing, like everybody's all happy because it's kind of like, damn, we finally fucking made it. I can't articulate why, but I just had to add it to my fucking Spotify, and I've been listening to it on repeat the past like 2-3 weeks. Not like repeat straight, but I've listened to the song multiple times within the past 3 weeks.
You're in the shower, like, yeah, this is my shit.
It's like you've listened to this song for 105 consecutive hours. But no, it's just, great soundtrack. Some of it is like kind of sad, but it still like makes sense. Just, how the certain characters' arcs end. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, because even it just the cinematography, the emotional gravity of the story too. It, for me personally, it hit harder than the first 2 movies did. Like the first movie is solid. I like it. Second movie to me, like it didn't really hit.
Yeah,
like
same,
the third
same
one, and the third one just hit me in my fucking gut, bro. But yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, so yeah, for me, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Would you put this trilogy over Spider-Man trilogy for the MCU?
Over the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy?
Yeah.
You know what? No. It's close, but because I was like, like both of them had a solid first one, and then the second one was kind of weak, and then the third one had like ultra makeup for the second one. Yeah, but I feel like for me personally, I would, because I'm more partial to Spider-Man, so and also again, like No Way Home, God damn, the way that movie ended.
That's the right answer, Nick. Smart man.
I'm like, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. But no, it's a solid trilogy. It's a solid trilogy. But yeah, Volume 3, man. Because also one thing with Volume 3, when Gunn was saying like, oh well, Rocket Raccoon is gonna be like the main character in this one, I was so intensely, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
the raccoon. But also I didn't grow up like reading the Guardians comics or even like really seeing them, and just like, no, like Peter Quill is the, because he was the main character in the first one, and blah 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 blah. But the way that James Gunn handled the story about Rocket Raccoon, it just kind of, I was like, I felt like that fucking Danny DeVito meme. I get it now. Like, man.
Eureka!
Like literally, I was kind of like, this is okay. Wow. He like that movie made Rocket Raccoon like a favorite of mine for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, he is kind of like the most interesting of the characters, or the most interesting of the Guardians on this team.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, Moses.
Well, I'm not with you because that's not my favorite. No, I'm kidding. No.
I'm gonna let it slide. It's cool.
Nah, I'm joking with you, bro. But no, I would say Guardians, the first one.
First one's really good.
I thought that was, his best work. And I still think that's probably his. I would say Superman and this are two of his best work.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like his best work, Moses. I was about to say better than Superman, my brother.
I would say visually, Guardians of the Galaxy eats Superman's lunch for eats Superman's lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Any day. In terms of like visuals for this movie in particular, when you actually watch the movie, my goodness, he eats all. Hey, you're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3 looking better. I'm like, no. First of all, that's not. I mean, that's your opinion, though.
Fight. I'm kidding.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Your opinion's wrong. It's my opinion. What you mean?
Since you disagree with me, you are the enemy now.
Civil War.
No, I respect your opinion, though. It's cool. But
Midway Avenue Productions, Civil War.
The dark times.
Funny, man. I should go to bed soon, bro. But no. I do think Guardians Part 1, Volume 1 is just entertaining for me. Get introduced to all these characters, all these weird characters from the MCU. Are great and everything. And yeah, I mean, it was a ride. It was just a fun ride. The very first movie, and I enjoyed it a lot. So. And it was the very first time where, in terms of like Marvel, right, where we got introduced to like the cosmic world, and everything. And the Guardians were the ones to introduce us to that, to space, basically. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right? So, and James Gunn did a really, really good job, with that. So, and I feel like literally, I feel like whenever I watch a movie that's set in space, I'm always thinking about how there's a little bit of inspiration that they probably took from the very first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, especially if it's a superhero movie or an action movie or whatever. But that's just me. Maybe I could be fucking wrong, but yeah.
Because now I'm like, let me rewatch. Because I don't think I've seen it down to theaters.
Volume 1, man, it's a killer, bro.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna rewatch it sometime.
Sometime.
I don't know when, but it will happen.
Sometime, never, but soon.
Sometime in between Ironheart.
I'm gonna watch it right before Ironheart. I'm gonna watch it right before Ironheart.
Which is never.
That's what.
It's gonna be right before Ironheart, and it's gonna be right before my She-Hulk rewatch.
Oh my god.
Wait, did you watch She-Hulk?
Oh my god.
I watched it the one. Yeah, I watched it. Yeah. It was just the once though, but I just, I was like,
I only watched just the once.
It was tough because it's like I really want to see this character on screen, huh?
You're like just the once though. I was like,
nah, because I'm like, don't ask me no questions about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I kind of just watched to see what was up.
Do you know what's funny? That again, I bring this up, but it's like I remember watching that. And I was watching it with the girl I was seeing at the time. And I remember she was like, she turned to me, she goes, "We watching this bullshit for real?" And I said, "Damn." Even she didn't like it. I said, "Ew." I said, "Damn." And I was like, "Oh, there you go." I'm like, you got a female perspective on that right there. I said, "Ew." I was
I can't say I fucking blame her because it was a funny show, but I'm like, as like a superhero show and as a Marvel show, it's just, this is not good. This is kind of fucking bad.
Dude, I was like, damn.
Especially the finale, bro. I was like, nothing. What the fuck is this?
They nerfed Daredevil and they nerfed Hulk. He was Dom Toretto basically in that finale. This is my son, man.
No, that I was like, I'm not gonna get all into the actual comic history of his son, but when that's how he showed up, Oh
bro.
my god,
Hawaiian
dude.
shirts, guys. Hawaiian shirts.
Dog, I'm like, no, this is my son. This should have been like a 2-part movie, and then it's like his, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna get into it, but like, damn, it
No,
was
we started.
underwhelming to say the least.
Don't me started. Okay, I might cheat here a little bit. I'm gonna go with Moses. Favorite directed movie he's done? Definitely Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. I think it was a bit surprise for all of us because I was like, what the a tree, a raccoon? Like what is this? Oh, come on now, whatever. And I was like, I was surprised because I remember seeing it like in summertime with some friends, and I was like, oh whoa, this is a surprise. I felt like that was a good year because we had Winter Soldier in April, and then we had this in August. It was that was kind of like a good 2-punch for Marvel. But that was kind of the one where I was like, Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, what? And I remember being that opening weekend in that theater, and people were just going crazy, and I was like, wow, it just worked. I think the music's great. I thought being surprised. I love being surprised in movies where I'm just like, I like being proven wrong in movies. I like being surprised in movies too, where I was like, wow, I did not expect this. I think his directions, it's a lot of fun. It's very like Star Trekky, Indiana Jones in a way in that first one.
Yeah.
And a bit of Star Wars to a degree, but and that's why I feel like oh, Marvel can do this humor and humor and action very well. That's where it kind of worked the best at the time. Worked the best for those characters and for the story, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's probably like the easiest movie to add a lot of humor to as well.
Easy because also too is that because no one really knew who these guys were, so if it was a gamble. To your point, Moses, like you can use humor because again they weren't really huge established characters yet. They weren't.
I mean that, but also it's like you got a character that's a tree and you got a raccoon.
Yeah, right. You got like how if you were serious about this, you'd probably be like, what? No, you can't make a talking tree a serious. Like you can't. Voiced by Vin Diesel of all people too. Like you can't make this serious.
I will admit though, because when it was like coming out and a lot of people were saying like, I don't know how this is gonna work because I as you guys are saying, how are we gonna care about like a raccoon and a tree? That it never bothered me personally because like we've seen movies like with talking animals and even with typically inanimate objects who are like talking, like with Pocahontas. This is a bad example. But Pocahontas, it was like the tree spirit or something like that.
Actually, no, wait. I haven't seen that movie yet.
You haven't seen Pocahontas? Well, I'm not spoiling for you because she don't do nothing. She's just a talking tree. And then you got like Finding Nemo, all the fish talking. You got
right.
Dr. Dolittle movies, talking animals.
Read my mind. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I'm like, so because also I was at the time.
G-Force.
G-Force. I didn't see that movie actually. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, G-Force. Yo, that was my movie back then.
No, but it's like there's been so many movies with talking animals that when everyone was kind of prematurely shitting on this movie, like how are we gonna care about it? And it's like a talking raccoon. I'm like, first time it's been a talking animal I've seen before, so it just felt kind of because also even in addition to that, it's a fucking comic book movie. Like, there's so much weird shit that goes on. So I'm like, at the time, I was like, I feel like y'all are just kind of like reaching for stuff. Like, it's not an invalid concern, but just for me, I was like, I mean, it ain't like it's never been done before.
I just remember, never mind.
You know what's funny? I realized that I did see this movie actually earlier before anyone else. I remember I went to an IMAX screening of this. I had to wait 3 hours for this movie, and it was hot as hell in Chicago. We were inside Navy Pier IMAX, and I remember this really well because I remember I was like, I go out to like the radio station to go see this movie. I waited 3 hours in line for IMAX, and I was like, I don't know about this, and I was the one hyping everyone up. You gotta see this movie, man! Everyone's like a tree, a raccoon. So I remember this. I remember it was July. I think it was July 5th. They did the 4th of July. I remember this. It was after work one day. My friends and I waited 3 hours in line to go see this movie in IMAX. And that's right. I remember that very well. But yeah. But you're right though, Nick. You're right. It was done before. Like again, to your point, like all those movies you mentioned, Dr. Dolittle. Yeah. What was that movie with talking? It's a talking animal. It's Oh my gosh,
There
it was
was
like a zebra.
It was like an underdog movie.
Underdog, yes.
Oh, the fucking Racing Stripes with
yes.
Frankie Muniz, right?
Yes, Racing Stripes. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, there was that. There was Zookeeper with Kevin James, an American classic.
Yeah, I'm like they've been doing talking animals for decades at this point.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. I think it was having the Marvel brand. They were like, Marvel's doing a talking tree movie with talking raccoons.
I can see that because also I'm like, it's fucking aliens, bro.
True, and also, like I said earlier, that they said, "Oh, what Chris Pratt as the guy from Parks and Rec as this hero?" Like, what? Like who? But hey,
yeah, because I hadn't seen Parks and Rec at that time, like, so I didn't know who Chris Pratt was. I was just like, I didn't know who Chris Pratt was. I didn't know who the fucking Galaxy. I was like,
the only person I knew in here were Dave Bautista and Zoe Saldana.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Zoe Saldana, bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna...
Yeah, I mean,
and Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. Yeah, I mean, we also knew. I also knew what's his name, Bradley Cooper. We knew the voices, but not the actual not the actual characters. If that makes any sense.
No, yeah, it does.
No, totally that makes a lot of sense. If we're going favorite script, I'm going Scooby Doo. I'm going Scooby Doo. I'm going Scooby Doo 2002 because I know that movie again. We were that was like a big part of our childhood. That movie, so like that movie also as a kid freaked me the fuck out with those monsters.
That ghost that they were chasing at the beginning of that it was like him right there, that white and black one. He looked fucking weird.
Yo, he did.
Like he was definitely unsettling. Oh,
yeah.
Hell no.
So,
is his mouth closed or is it open? Is it like black lips or does he have black teeth?
Yeah, it was creepy. It was creepy, and those monsters that were like the way they were dragging the human bodies. I was like, oh Jesus! Like CGI is terrible now. I mean, like looking back now, like, it looks terrible.
But, at the time though, they was looking like Thanos for fucking Endgame, but now we're kind of like, yo, this is a little bit whack. They're like nowadays we're like, we could tell this came out in 2002.
Yo, 100%. But as a kid, I was like, oh my god. So I don't know. I do like that movie. Again, big part of my childhood, and definitely like has a special place in my heart. But I mean, honorable mention will be Dawn of the Dead too, because I think his Dawn of the Dead script is really good. And again, people forget Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead?
He wrote it.
I definitely got to see the movie now.
Yeah,
that's
Snyder.
Man, a Snyder Gunn duo. Holy cow!
Yeah, isn't that crazy that they've worked before? They worked
That's
before.
Insane.
He wrote.
What's funny is that there's this little animation for you know what I'm talking about.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Yeah.
I saw a thumbnail because I haven't seen the new season of Rick and Morty yet, but like I saw the thumbnail where it mentioned James Gunn or something like that.
Yeah, it's James
Both
Gunn
of them. And Zack Snyder. There they are.
Yeah.
There they are.
I gotta watch Rick and Morty.
I haven't seen it, but I saw the clip and I was like, oh, that's funny. Finally maybe like, the Zack Snyder, freaking, I don't want to say cult, and and whatever can finally like coexist or some shit. I don't fucking know.
The publicist from Warner Brothers made a big deal about this at the screening on Monday. He goes, "Did you guys see Rick and Morty last night?" And people were like, "Yeah,
yeah, sure, yeah,
sure, yeah."
They're like, "Man, play the movie, bro."
Yeah, man, cut that bitch off. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But yeah, no, and they're boys too. They're boys, but and also too, there was a Fandango interview where like James Gunn consulted Snyder on like some things for the Superman costume too. So it's like they're friends. Like, there's no bad beef between these guys. It's like Marvel and DC. It's like
I know. To your point, there's no bad beef between them, but I have noticed like there is that, shall we say, really passionate Snyder fan base that's like, bring back the Snyder Cut, bring back the Snyder universe. Fuck James Gunn Superman. And then it is like the people that are like, no, I do want to see what James Gunn does with it. So it's funny that it's like this like conflict between the two. But as you can see in this picture right here, They're buds. They're cool.
They're
It's
cool.
chill, man. Relax, bro. Just see the movie, dude. It's not that serious, bro.
Yeah, for real, they're cool. So it's like there's no beef. This isn't the clip. This isn't the Crips and the Bloods. Like this is just like, you know.
I know. Oh my god.
You know, it's silly. But on that note, let's close the show, boys. Nick, where can our lovely audience find you at home?
Here, right here at the Midway Avenue Productions Podcast, Genre of Your Life. And of course, you can find me right here in Hearts as well. But if you're to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Johnson98.
All right, Moses.
You can find me on Instagram at Moses Lowy _. You can find me on my website right there, directed by Moses Lowy. And you can find me, of course, here, as always, at the Genre of Your Life podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Nicely done. You can find me as well with these very awesome, talented gentlemen here every week at the Genre of Your Life podcast, a show that I am honored to be doing this with these two amazing men and two of my best friends. You can find me on social media on Instagram at The Young Jones. You can find me on Twitter or X at Capri Sun, Capri _SON. You can find the show socials on all one word, Midway Avenue Productions, on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Again, follow these guys. You know, also check out our link tree right now. Again, they have some amazing work from their articles to their short films. Again, I'm lucky to be sharing this podcast with two very talented dudes that just share the same love as movies as I do. And we want to thank you guys too for joining this week's episode. Again, we are just. I'm kind of sad that it's already like mid-July. It's already midsummer already. Like, damn, we're already like in the mid of the summer movie season. But we still got a couple weeks to go. We still got a lot more to go. We got Eddington. We got Fantastic Four. We got Naked Gun. We got Nobody 2. We got Weapons in a few weeks. So
we still got. We also got that one movie with I'm forgetting the name of it for some reason. With Paul Thomas Anderson. The name of the movie.
Oh, that's the summer
too. One better after another.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so waiting for that, and also we got Avatar at the end of the year. You know?
True.
Oh yeah. I still got to see the second Avatar. I didn't finish it yet.
I'll see you in 4 hours.
right in the She-Hulk. I'm hopping. Avatar 2.
Oh my god, bro! I'll bring you some aspirin, a Gatorade, and
oh man,
maybe a V8, maybe a V8.
Yo,
bring me some Band-Aids too, just in case.
Superman, bro.
Yeah, and some tissues.
I am honestly so fucking excited for Superman, bro. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're for a treat, man. As is all our audience. If you haven't seen Superman yet, go to the movies this weekend. See it with the crowd. See an IMAX, 40X, Dolby, Sidney Capri. Yeah, you name it. Seriously, it is. I think it's worth the price of admission. I think you heard both me and Moses' review. You'll hear probably Nick's spoiler review about it next week or the week after. Make sure to go to the movies again. See it for yourself. See it for yourself. Have your own opinion about it. Don't let anyone persuade you not to go see it. See it for yourself. Go support the box office. Go support this new era of the DC universe, whatever, and go support all these amazing actors and the cast and crew, especially. You know, we're all production people too. Support the cast and crew. You know, again, to Moses' point earlier too, it's been a great summer. Now we still have Mission Impossible, Lilo and Stitch. What else? 28 years later. I mean, everything. F1, Jurassic. Like, there's plethora of options for you all. So go to the movies, cool off, enjoy the AC, enjoy some popcorn, enjoy a nice, big, large drink or an icy. But more importantly, everybody, we will see you guys next week, and we will see you all at the movies.